Yo. All right. Here we go. All right, y'all. We're gonna get started in a few minutes. As y'all can see the title, y'all see the pictures there. I'm gonna talk about the flyweight division. A lot of good stuff going on in the flyweight division, so we got to talk about it. So yeah, just get this thing started in a few minutes when a few of y'all come in, and after maybe like 3 or 4 minutes, I get started anyway. And so far, we got Marcus Bell. What's going on, Marcus? Yep, looking like everybody has a dance partner except 2 people. Gonna get started in just a minute. Yeah, I was gonna get on at 6:30, but I had some things to take care of in that last half an hour. Man, that half hour flew by, man. Uh-oh. I like the fact I must be doing something now. I'm starting to like this, man. I already got somebody thumbs down in my video, and I just started. Guess I'm on my way. Somebody already thumbs down the video, and I ain't even start yet. But yeah, man, the flyweight division, man, it's really interesting, man. Like, you got a lot of talent there, a lot of growing talent, but you also have a lot of fighters that aren't showing the same hunger, like in the strawweight division, man. It's always like a gamble. It's always like a gamble where you can't really bet on one. You can't really bet on one single fighter in the flyweight division to pull it out. I mean, of course, besides the champion, you know what I mean? Besides the champion, that's about it. Like everybody else, it's just like always a roll of the dice. It depends on how they feeling that day. Get started here in a minute. What you say, Marcus? Lipsky's fans giving you a thumbs down. Hey, it ain't my fault. Shoot, I know Lipsy fans will thumbs me down, man. It ain't my fault. She got stopped in the second round. Shoot. Excuse me. All right. All right, y'all, but let's kick this thing off. What's going on? Welcome back to another CB99 live stream. I'm Combo Breaker 99. And yeah, man, I just wanted to get on here. Yeah, I've been talking about this the past couple weeks. And, I just wanted to get on here and kind of talk about the flyweight division. And, all of these fights we have coming up, you know, it's been making the division a little bit more interesting. You know, I know there's a lot of people who feel like the flyweight division really wasn't popping, but you know, we had some new blood come through. You know, we had some fighters move up from strawweight, some fighters come over from Invicta, and I think with the mixture of both, it's kind of like put a new I think it's really put a new flame in the flyweight division, man. It's really making a lot of fighters start to kind of step their game up. So now, I think just about everybody in the top 15 has had or has a matchup coming up. You know, everybody has a dance partner. You know, you got everybody's lined up with the dance partner, and you know, I can't be mad at that. It's almost like when they seen Cynthia Calvillo, Jessica Andrade come through, you know, the Invicta fighters coming through. You know, you got Victoria Leonardo, who got a contract, Miranda Maverick got a contract, a lot of new transition going on. So I think a lot of these other flyweights that have been sitting kind of dormant, they're now reaching out to Dana like, yo, match me up. I want this fight. You know, especially Caitlin Kagan. You know, you got a lot of these fighters saying, yo, let me get a fight now. And now we got this. You know, it's almost like back to back to back. You know, from here on to January, we got a nice little matchup of flyweights. And I think that, like I said, it just comes down to a lot of these flyweights that they're starting to wake up now. You know, they're starting to wake up and say, yo, we gotta do something. Because on the real, like, you didn't really see a lot of these other ladies, you know, fighting like this. You know, not that many of them were staying active. I think it's kind of like whenever, like I said, when some of these other fighters just decided to step their game up, you know, it kind of woke them up too. So that was a good thing that we had some new blood in the flyweight division. But yeah, man, like I said, this is the unofficial tournament that you see right here. You know, we had a total of 7 fights between last weekend all the way up to January 30th going down. And, you know, I got them all matched up here. It's almost like a tough house. It's looking like the tough house right here. You know, you got how many people? Let me see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah, that's like the tough house. You got 16 fighters up here. Everybody been matched up. Everybody is matched up, except for 2 people up here. You know, so that's kind of tell you the story right there. But we're gonna go down each fight that happened and that's gonna happen, and we're gonna talk about their new rankings, and then we're gonna kind of match up who is gonna be next in line for a title shot. So yeah, we're gonna do that here in a minute. But let me see who we got in the chat. No filter. BJ, what's going on, man? BJ said Taylor gotta beat Montana. Oh, don't worry, bro. Don't worry, bro. She will. Taylor got this. Taylor got this, man. Don't worry. Marcus, why didn't I stop it, man? Stop it. Why did we add stop it? Gina ain't even a Gina. Look, you know I like Gina too, man. Gina's a bantamweight. Gina's a bantamweight, man. You better stop it. But yeah. All right. So first fight. Let's talk the first fight here that happened last Saturday. Let's see. We had then number 15 Antonina Shevchenko versus an unranked Ariane Lipsky. And as you know, Antonina, she stepped the game up. She stepped the game up big time, man, and came away with the second round stoppage over Ariane Lipsky. And I was impressed. I had to say I was impressed with her approach to this fight. You know, I thought that I did pick Antonina to stop Ariane Lipsky, just so y'all know. What's his name? Shout out to WMMA Addict, because he had posted like a little poll. Like when I be scrolling through my phone sometime, people I subscribe to, or if I watch some of their videos, they put up those little polls, I guess, from his community, and he asked who would win. Would Ariane Lipski or Antonina would win? How would they win? And I said, Antonina's gonna stop Ariane, And yeah, she stopped her, but I didn't expect her to stop her the way she did. Take her to the ground and just like pummel her like that. But to me, it was impressive. Antonina definitely stepped her game up and looked impressive in that fight. And like I said, this was like the level of fights that she needed maybe a year or two ago to get her where she is now, to get her a little bit higher than she is now, So with this win over Ariane Lipski, Antonina moves up one space. So Antonina is number 14 now. So now we got Antonina at number 14 with a solid win, second round stoppage win over Ariane Lipski. So what could be next for Antonina? Let's see. If we look at the top 15 for Antonina, everybody's taken, just like I said, everybody's taken from everybody's taken from number 12 up, of course, except Jessica and Lauren. But there's really nobody else for her to face in there because they're all booked, and Jessica and Lauren, I feel like they're too skilled for Antonina right now. Number 13 is Alexa Davis. I really don't know where Alexa Davis is right now, if she's inactive, if she's injured, or if she's fighting. I might have to do more research on her. But another fight that would be good for Antonina, I posted this on my IG. I think Miranda Maverick fight would be good for her. Because, Miranda Maverick, I think she called her out in so many words. And that would be a good step-up fight for her. Miranda Maverick would like to fight her because she wants to step her game up. And like I said, by 2 years, she wants to be challenging for the title. So she wants to break in, get a top 15 opponent, possibly look good, and then move into the top 10 and maybe fight a top 10 fighter or two, then go for a title shot. So to me, that would be the next fight that would make sense for Antonina. Like, if Antonina wants to come back early 2021, the perfect opponent would be a Miranda Maverick for her, because, again, Miranda Maverick's looking for an opponent to elevate her into the top 10. Antonina needs another stay busy fight in the meantime while everybody's booked till January. So that fight makes sense for Antonina. So until she can get one of these fighters in the tournament here, Miranda Maverick makes sense for her. So let me see. I'm thinking, should I go down by the fights that already happened, or should I go by the fights that are the lower ranked fighters? Let me see. Whatever. I'm gonna go from the bottom up. I'm gonna just go from the bottom up here. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna go from the bottom up. All right. Next fight we have is, let's see, number 12, Jillian Robertson, and number 11, Andrea Lee. So Andrea Lee was ranked number 10 last time I checked, but yeah, she dropped. And I mean, yeah, she dropped out of the top 10 for good reason. After the loss to Roxanne, and she hasn't really been staying active and looking impressive. So yeah, I definitely understand why she would drop. So yeah, let's move left to right. All right, Jillian Robertson versus Andrea Lee. That's the number 12 and number 11 fighter, and their fight's going to take place December 12th. And to me, this is another good matchup because this is going to be a solid matchup for Jillian Robertson to break in and fight a former top 10 fighter. Originally it was supposed to be it was a top 10 fighter for her, but now that Andrea Lee fell, she's fighting a former top 10 fighter. So this is a good step up for her. She's fighting a very experienced fighter who has solid names on the resume, promotes a big threat. And it's not just the hands that Andrea Lee can promote problems to Jillian Robertson's style, but it's also the ground game. I think that Andrea Lee has an underestimated ground game and a very solid jab. when she wants to use it. When she wants to use it. Like Andrea Lee's an up and down fighter with me. You know, I think she's kind of switched camps and she's been working with some other fighters. I know she's been working with Tisha Torres and Victoria Leonardo and, you know, some more new blood, some other new blood fighters. But from what I've seen in the past with Andrea Lee, I just kind of seen her as an up and down fighter. You know, it's always 50-50. Sometimes she'll show up, sometimes she won't. And I don't really see the IQ in her where she's committed to what's working for her. You know, like Roxanne Modaffar, the rematch. She could have pieced Roxanne up simple, you know, but she chose to take it to the ground with Roxanne a few times instead of using her takedown defense and her jab and just working from the outside with her stand-up. So going into this fight, that's something that that's something Jillian Robertson can kind of hope for. You know, hope for Andrea Lee to come in here and just have one of those off days. But I think regardless, Jillian Robertson has the momentum going for her. You know, hopefully she's making those adjustments in camp. Hopefully she's doing the right thing and working on that jab, working on them hands. You know, she got to work on her hands because, like I said, Andrea Lee got the hands. You know, I'm not a big Andrea Lee fan, but I can give her that. Like, where she's at now can still beat Jillian Robertson. I'm going to say that. What tools Andrea Lee has now, she can beat Jillian Robertson, but that's all that she shows up. You know, so Jillian Robertson got to make sure she uses every bit of strength that she has and also make sure that she develops a good jab in this fight. You know, she really has to make sure she develops a good jab in this fight because on paper, man, when you go by momentum, Jillian Robertson looks like the favorite just because Andrea Lee is, you know, falling down the rankings. But all in all, man, this could be a 50-50 fight. Could be. It is. You know, it's going to be a 50-50 fight right here. You know, it's a much needed fight for Jillian Robertson, but it's also a much needed fight for Andrea Lee to just fight for her space and say, yo, I can still make these type of improvements. You know, don't count me out there. I can climb back up the ladder. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's a fight where Andrea Lee has to prove herself and make better improvements to herself. Jillian Robertson, though, on the other hand, you know, this is a fight that she wants to make a big statement with. So going into it, she has to show new levels. She's got to show new levels of striking in this fight. You can't shoot in for takedowns like you did against Poliana Botello with this fight. You have to make sure that you set these takedowns up with feints, set them up with strikes. Because Andrea Lee, like I said, her ground game is decent. Her ground game is decent enough to make this a rough fight for Jillian Robertson. So yeah, December 12th, that's the fight that's going down. So whoever wins this fight, it might push him to number 10, or it might just have Jillian Robertson take the number 11 spot. It depends because, you know, you got Macy Barber who is at number 10. So we're gonna see how that goes. But I think, man, if whoever wins this fight impressively, it might push them to that number 10 spot right there on the line. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Okay, so that's 2 fights down. So let me check the chat real quick. Stamina MC, what's going on, man? London calling, what's going on? BJ said, what happens if Jillian wins? Yeah, if Jillian wins this fight, then it should push her to the number 10 spot. You know, because she's fighting a former number 10 fighter. And if she looks impressive, then that should give her the number 10 spot because Macy Barber is number 10, but she's fighting the unranked Alexa Grasso. You know, if she beats Alexa Grasso, to me, okay, you know, that's impressive, but Alexa Grasso is not ranked. So Jillian Robertson's win over Andrea Lee might have more weight and push her to number 10. You know, that's just my ranking. That's where I rank, but I don't know how they're going to rank it. So, but yeah, man, let's go down the line, left to right, and then we'll go right to left. So December 5th, this is the next one. This is the next big fight coming up. Taylor Santos versus Montana De La Rosa. I like this matchup. First of all, I just got to say I like this matchup. there's gonna be blood in this fight. I can predict that already. I can see that in the future. There's gonna be blood in this fight. Taylor Santos versus Montana De La Rosa. This is a very dangerous fight for Montana to take on short notice. I got to give her credit for that, because Marina Moreau, she pulled out of this fight. In the comment section, let me know why she pulled out of this fight. I'm not sure why. It was undisclosed the last time I checked. But with Taylor Santos taking on a Montana De La Rosa, this is a fight that definitely would do her some justice, because she's kind of been out of the mix because so many fighters have pulled out of matches with her, which makes me think that a lot of these flyweights see something dangerous in her. Granted, Mara Romero Barella has a win over Taylor Santos. You really can't judge it off of that, because maybe that was just an off day for her. But what I've seen from Taylor Santos, man, like growing as a fighter, her tools are her tools are very, very sharp for her level. I want to see her. I want to see her in more big fights. I want to see her in more fighters from like 10 through 15, because I think she can beat a lot of these ladies, or at least give them tough fights. So with Marina Moreau pulling out of that fight, I was getting disappointed, man, because I was like, damn, when is Taylor Santos going to get her shine here, But Montana De La Rosa, she comes through. So we have an unranked Taylor Santos versus a number 15 Montana De La Rosa. And this will be Taylor Santos. This is Taylor Santos, her first top 15 opponent, her first ranked opponent. And I like this matchup because I said, yeah, it's really going to help her shine. At the same time, put her on the map with an exciting fight against De La Rosa. Taylor Santos, to me, shows more tools to a complete fighter, more so than Montana De La Rosa. I know Montana De La Rosa, she's been working on her striking, but man, there's still a lot of holes there, man. And I think that Taylor Santos, her hands are a little bit better. Very, very nice punch selection compared to Montana De La Rosa. So I think this is going to be a fight where De La Rosa has to take it to the ground. She can't be out here trying to box the faster fighter or the more polished fighter. She can't go in there and try to pull a fight like she did against Viviana Araujo. That's got to be the fight where she showcases her ground game. She's the taller, longer fighter in this one. 2-inch height advantage, good size and strength. I give her that. But she's got to be prepared to counter the strength of somebody like Taylor Santos. Taylor Santos is a very strong fighter, even the way she was able to handle Molly McCann. I think that Taylor Santos, has some very good clinch work. And when she gets underhooked, she's a very strong fighter. She's really good at controlling. So going into this fight, man, I can see Taylor Santos really wanting to put on this type of statement with her striking. And as it goes down the line, I can see Montana De La Rosa getting a little bit desperate going on the inside, and Taylor Santos really working her. And then maybe I can see her taking it to the ground. And with her taking it to the ground, that's going to leave a chance for Montana De La Rosa. So it's when it goes to the ground, it might actually be 50-50 at times, depending on how much punishment Montana De La Rosa takes from the striking of Taylor Santos. Real quick, let me look at the chat. Stamina not heard why Moreau pulled out, but it has been visa issues preventing her getting out of the Ukraine in the past. Okay. BJ, Montana is definitely going to go for the maul with Taylor. Yeah. And if she tries to maul her, if Taylor tries to maul, if Montana tries to maul Taylor, I think she might get hit with some big knees in there. I think that she might really start to feel that strength and kind of wear herself out. She can't really maul. She's going to have to get the clinch on the fence and go straight for a trip or takedown, Because Taylor, she has very, good takedown defense. And part of her takedown defense is her offense, when she lets those knees go. So she can't really, yeah, she really can't play on the feet. Yeah, she can't make this a fight where she's working on her stand up, you know. She got to work on her stand up in sparring and work on her stand up in training, or work on her stand up in a lower level fighter that you know don't have stand up against another wrestler. You know, you can't go in there and work on your striking against a Viviana Araújo or Alexa Grasso or a Taylor Santos or even Antonina Shevchenko. You know, you can't work on things with those type of fighters that are stronger, have stronger suits on that in those categories. You know. So yeah, with this fight, this is going to be a good fight for Taylor Santos. You know, it's going to break her in at top 15. Uh, Montana De La Rosa, like I said, she actually put herself in a must win situation because she took this fight, right? You know, she stepped in to take this fight since Moreau pulled out, so she kind of put herself in this must win situation here. You know, I don't know if she just sees this as a fight where she can work on things, but it's not. You know, it's a must win fight for her because if Taylor beats her, she's out of the top 15, right? She's number 15 right now because I'm looking at the rankings now. Last week, Antonina was number 15. Antonina elevated one spot after beating an unranked fighter, dropping Montana to 15. So if Montana loses, she's going to be out of the top 15. So yeah, she's in a must-win situation here. But let me know as I go down this list, who do y'all think is going to win in this tournament so far, like as far as fighters? Like, who do y'all got in the Jillian Andrea fight so far? And who do y'all got against Taylor versus Montana? And let me read the chat real quick. I don't think Montana's really going to play on the feet. Montana submission round 2 or round 3. That's a bold prediction, BJ. Bold prediction. Bold prediction, bro. All right. All right, so Marcus has Andrea Lee winning. I'm more in favor of Jillian in that fight, honestly, but you know, she's gonna have to make sure she's on that next level here. Marcus got Andrea Lee and he got Taylor Santos. All right. All right, so moving down the list here. Next fight. Number 7, JoJo Calderwood versus number 6 fighter Jessica Ai, and that fight's taking place January 23rd, kicking 2021 off. All right, so this fight here, man, I'm a fan of JoJo. You know, I'm a fan of, I'll go for her all day. I feel like she's gonna, well, I can't say I feel like she's gonna beat anybody because, I'll be honest, I'm a fan of her, but I gotta be honest though. This is a fight here where it's just like, it's really going to come down to who wants it more. It's one of those type of matches, man, because like as of lately, like I still haven't seen my girl JoJo make the right improvements in fights. I still haven't seen her make the right improvements that can carry her to the top, or beat a lot of these other top 10 fighters. And that just really makes me say, will she ever be in that number 1 contender spot? I don't know, man. Like even Jessica, I kind of got to that position because she got the title shot, but JoJo has kind of like, I hate to say it, almost hit like a level like Andrea Lee where you haven't had solid improvements. She hasn't really made solid improvements, especially on the defense, man. Like I'm a fan of great defense in boxing and mixed martial arts, and JoJo really lacks defense, man. Like she really lacks defense. She can prove she has a chin all day, man. That's her style, but it's like you don't want to take shots like that. You want to take your head off that line. She hasn't really made the adjustment with her Muay Thai style into mixed martial arts. Her head stays on the line too much. She take too many shots, and I think that's just one of the main factors in her not moving, elevating up the ladder, because she's there to be hit, and she's taking, she's blocking shots with the head. That's not a good thing. Jessica Eye, man, like Jessica Eye, another one of the up and down fighters in this division. Sometimes she'll win, sometimes she'll lose. There's never really like anything committed with her where you're like, oh, this is the next, this is the next contender. She's gonna go on like a 4-fight winning streak. Not even like Lauren Murphy. You know what I mean? Like she's not even on like a Lauren Murphy level to me. She's just kind of been holding her own because of the lack of competition below the number three spot. Because if you look at the flyweight division below Valentina, it's always like a 50-50 fight with a lot of these ladies. So Jessica, I can just kind of hope and pray one of these fighters that she fights doesn't show up that day. There's always days when they're not committed. And I think that, honestly, man, this is a fight between JoJo and Jessica that's going to kind of be like that. I would like to see JoJo go in there and make some changes to her style, be a little bit more defensive minded, move her head more, commit to her jab, use her straight punches, and not so much walk in the shots, but measure the range better. Because Cynthia Calvillo, she had success with her jab against Jessica Eye. Jessica Eye has fast hands, but they can be nullified. Her style can be nullified with power. And somebody commented on one of my videos, I can't remember who it was, I have to go back and look, but they had said that they felt Jessica Eye was underrated on the ground. I was like, I don't know about that. Like, she's okay, like maybe she was in the past, but I haven't seen her really be solid on the ground at flyweight. Jessica Eye hadn't really been like anything impressive on the ground at flyweight. So I actually think Joanne could give Jessica Eye some trouble on the ground. So if she can't deal with the hand speed of Jessica Eye, she might want to take her to the ground in this fight. But all in all, this fight is really a 50-50 fight. And again, this is one of those wins that, Joanne, she really needs to kind of make a big statement into even considering getting the title eliminator shot. And to me, Jessica Eye, she loses this fight, I don't know, like it's going to knock her down from the number 6 spot, of course. But I mean, if she loses to JoJo, especially in like dominant fashion, a lot of people would want to see her cut. Real quick, let me look at the chat here. Santos over De La Rosa. Lee Robertson is a coin toss. Lee has way more ways to win. Robertson just wants it more. True. Yeah, true. That's what I said. Yeah, Lee does have way more tools. Yep. And yeah, Jillian Robertson got the momentum. Marcus, Jillian will have to get out of that one-dimensional mindset. Stamina. At the time when JoJo lost her title fight, consensus thinking was that the division is so shallow that another couple wins she could be right back in talk. So that is so not the case anymore. Right? That's not the case, man. Like, this thing is thriving now, man. There's so many fighters that could beat her now. I could F around and win this fight. Man, she doesn't break in there like JoJo has, even though JoJo is the better martial artist. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think JoJo is the better martial artist, but yeah, like Jessica Eye is kind of like Caitlin Chikagan, where she can just catch you. I don't know if it's like an off day or with her just her off rhythm style and still win and pull off an upset. Like, she does enough to win and stay in the game, man. Ernest Richardson, I was getting owned by Calvillo on the mat. Yeah, she was getting owned by her on the mat. That's why I definitely say her ground game ain't underrated. It's non-existent. Stamina, Jessica Eye, underrated on the ground. Yikes, I hope you delete that. No, I left it up. No, Stamina, I left it up just so everybody could see it. That person said it. So I'm going to let everybody see that. But no, Jessica Eye is not, oh man, come on. I can't even put Jessica Eye's name with the word ground game. I was struggling right there. But yeah, so number 7, JoJo versus number 6, Jessica Eye. Another fight where I feel like it's like you said, Stammer. It's a coin toss. It's one of the fights I feel like it's a coin toss because with the hand speed of Jessica and the heart of JoJo, it kind of spells a back and forth fight. You know, JoJo willing to take shots to give shots instead of hit and not get hit. And then you got Jessica I, who's pretty brash, talking, rough type of fighter, even though it doesn't really translate into her power. You know, Jessica I is one of those fighters that she talks a lot, but like the talk don't translate into her power, her strength. You know what I mean? Like she's one of those type of fighters. That's why you saw how Valentina laid her out, and it'll just make for an interesting fight. You know, I think their style is going to make for a more so just like a back and forth fight where I can't really call a winner in this one either. Let me know in the comment section who y'all think is going to win that one though. Between 6 and 7, Jessica I and JoJo. I mean, I'm going for JoJo. I'm going for JoJo in that fight. I want her to dismantle and take Jessica I out of there. Yeah, definitely going for JoJo though. All right, so before I move on to the next fight, let's look at the comment section. Cedric C, what's going on? I'm the only one who thinks that Calvillo fight was closer than what people say. Why is Roxanne still here? Roxanne's still here, man, because she's still holding her position down, man. Can't knock that. Marcus Bell, I saw Jessica I in that SUG tournament. Stam said he was kidding, but maybe they made outside the cage, so to speak. Oh yeah. Right. Cedric, I like Ari Rujo. She's decent. Pretty good shape to compare. Marcus said he got JoJo. I might end up regretting this. I say I wins. JoJo's too shaky. Yeah, Marcus, you said you might end up regretting it. Look, believe me, as a JoJo fan, sometimes I feel the same way. Especially when I was going to bat for her on the Jennifer Maia fight. You know, I was like, yo, JoJo got a right to take this Jennifer Maia fight. I was like, she got a right to take this fight. You know, I was like, hey, man, let her stay active. But she kind of underestimated Jennifer Maia, sadly, man. All right, so let's move on down the line here. All right, so going left to right, right to left. Next fight, let's talk about real quick. Well, y'all seen it. Y'all seen it. Another fight that pissed me off. Number 4, Cynthia Calvillo versus number 2, Katlyn Chookagian. Man, honestly, man, this was a 50-50 fight. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I broke it down with the MMA math, just saying that, okay, Cynthia Calvillo got the momentum after coming off COVID. She wanted to go in there and make a statement. That's why she didn't take the Lauren Murphy fight. She moved her date up earlier to be on a bigger card with Valentina to try and look impressive against Katlyn Chookagian. That was my logic. That was my logic. I felt like Cynthia said, I want to be on the same card as Valentina. I want to fight a top contender on this card, the same as Valentina. I want to defeat that opponent, and I want to look impressive so I can call Valentina out. Because shout out to Cynthia, like, even though she didn't look impressive in this fight, she was ready to be back up to fight Valentina, you know. So you got to give her credit there, but she just wasn't prepared for this awkward style that Katlyn Chookagian brings to the table. And again, this is what I'm talking about. Everybody under Valentina is always a 50-50 fight. Let's be honest, man. It's a 50-50 fight in the top 10, man. You can't never say Katlyn Chookagian is going to lose 100%. I picked Katlyn to beat Jessica Andrade. You saw how that went. I picked Katlyn to beat Jessica I. You saw how that went. You know? And then I picked Cynthia Calvillo to beat Katlyn Chookagian. You see how that went. So I get them right sometimes I don't. But the flyweight division is always up in the air. So moving forward, man, here, look, okay. this was a solid win for Katlyn Chookagian after losing first round stoppage to Jessica Andrade. I got to give her credit because, you know, she answered the phone month out. Lauren Murphy, she missed out. Katlyn Chookagian, she put herself back into the mix. You know, she was able to beat a fighter that was possibly up for a title eliminator. So whether you like it or not, you know, she put the division at a plateau again. You know, she put it at a standstill in the top 5. You know, I wanted to see Cynthia Calvillo win because I wanted to see her shake it up and bring in some new type, you know, some new style, some new blood in there. Maybe give Andrade a fight. But Katlyn Chookagian said, nah, man, that ain't happening. She said, I got enough in me to keep y'all back. But with her winning, what does that really say now? You know, with Katlyn Chookagian winning this fight, like, does this put her in a rematch with any of the 3 fighters that, you know, she's already faced? You know, does that put Katlyn Chookagian in there with Lauren Murphy, who she beat at bantamweight? Or does that put her in a title eliminator with Jessica Andrade, who she lost to last month? Or would she be able to fight for a title right off top? A fighter in Valentina that broke her off. You know what I mean? She dominated, broke her down, took her out. You know, so Katlyn Chookagian, she's kind of in a from the point of view of the fans, she's kind of in that position where it's like, oh, we don't want to see that anymore. But for her, it's the perfect opportunity, you know, so I got to give her credit for that. You know, I got to give Katlyn Chookagian credit for that. You know, on the fighter side, which is how I like to look at it, it's a position where she's always in a good position financially and always in a stay active position with the UFC because she's quick to answer the phone. She stays in shape. You know, she stays in fighting shape. Even though she can't beat Valentina, she's in a position to continue to upset these other fighters, which is a good standing point for her until she's ready to retire, you know. But yeah, from the fans' eyes, we're like, man, like, get out of here, Katlyn. You know, we're like, get out of here. You messing up our tournament here. Because now we're gonna have to see rematches with either Jessica, Lauren, or Valentina. You know? So that's how everybody's kind of feeling about that now. We're like, man, like, what's going on? But real quick, man, yeah, let's look at this fight technically, what happened Saturday, man. Like, I could not believe this. Like, where was the dog in Cynthia, man? Like, where was the dog at? Where was the dog I seen in her past fights? What's going on, Robert? I just saw you come through. What's up? Where was the dog in her, man? Like, Calvillo knows you can't stay on the outside against a long, tall fighter that's comfortable on the outside like Katlyn Chookagian. You know, if you don't pose any threat on the inside, then Katlyn Chookagian is going to have fun with you all day. Whether you like her air punches or not, she's going to stay on the outside, you know? You know, she's that type of fighter that she'll pick you apart from the outside. I won't even say pick you apart, but just touch you. You know, because she's really not going to, like, break you down and dominate you, then stop you. You know, Katlyn Chookagian is the type of fighter that's just going to outpoint you. And she had good success against Cynthia Calvillo because Calvillo just took the wrong approach. You know, no takedown attempts, outside fighting. Now, when she did land, she landed some good effective shots. You know, I will give her that. She did land some good effective shots, but they were too far in between. If you ain't got that brute strength and that brute power like Jessica Andrade, then you ain't getting Katlyn out of there, you know. Or if you ain't got the technique to take her down like Valentina, then you're making a long night for yourself. So yeah, anyways, moving forward though, looking at the rankings, with this win over Calvillo, this pushes Katlyn back up to number 2, and Cynthia Calvillo stays at number 4 here. So with her out, like I said, this puts Caitlyn in a position for rematches with either Jessica, Lauren, or Valentina. So she's kind of, like I said, she's got all doors open to her right now, especially if she answers the call. Like, if any of these other flyweights pull out of their fights in January or December, well, the fight has to make sense. I think Caitlyn would answer the call. Like, I don't think Caitlyn would answer the call to fight Jillian or Andrea because that's a lower level fight. Same with Montana or Taylor. But I think if, like, Jessica or JoJo had to pull out of that fight, Caitlyn would take that fight in a heartbeat. Real quick, let's look at the chat. Where was I? Let's see. Cedric C said Calvillo was pretty embarrassing, and for her had an extra month of training. She didn't have a statement at all. She didn't make a statement at all. Yeah. Marcus, I will get on Marita Rodriguez on another day. Yeah, we'll talk about her on another day, man. Marcus, Lauren Murphy complains too much. Caitlyn's, I'm a gatekeeper. Cedric C, Calvillo looks slow and just out of place at UFC 255. Let's talk about the size too, man. Like, maybe she really is a strawweight. What do y'all think? Stamina. No, she doesn't. She's saying that what she feels is right, and in the absence of a call out, I'll never begrudge a fighter speaking their truth. She ain't trash talking or name calling. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like, it's really hard for me, like, to straight up disrespect Lauren Murphy. I mean, like, the only thing I can say is, look, you got to put yourself in these positions to fight, man. You got to put yourself in these positions to fight. Like, if you know the odds are against you, you got to go harder. That's all I can say for Lauren Murphy. Like, if you know they're against you, quote unquote against you, or giving you the hard road or the raw end, you got to go harder. Look at Angela Hill. Angela Hill, she be getting the raw end of the deal, but she be turning things around for herself. Marcus Bell, yep, Cynthia didn't perform as expected. Ernest, Calvillo might have damage from COVID. I was thinking that too. Maybe it was the COVID. I was thinking that, man, like, that stuff ain't nothing to play with. Working in the medical field, it ain't nothing to play with. Stamina's MC. If you know on the way in a fight that an opponent has this one thing they always do so as to win, and you don't address / counterattack it, that's on you. Yeah, man. Calvillo knows this fighter. I mean, physically, the fighter's taller and longer than you, but why are you going to stay on the outside, right? Marcus, if Cynthia goes back to strawweight, we should expect more weight misses. Yeah. Cedric, she's a flyweight. She's flyweight because she can't make the weight, but this is what she signed up for. You just can't make. You can't just want to make weight easy. Yeah. I mean, yeah, really, like, the size difference was there, but it was all about the style matchup. I mean, the style approach. Like, Calvillo could have won this fight. Like, I don't even think it really had anything to do with him physically either. Like, that's just when, you kind of look at it and saying, oh, maybe this is why she's not looking dominant. But, yeah, Calvillo, all she had to do was go in on the inside. She just had to take this fight on the inside. But Ernest, you made a good point. I don't know. It could have been the COVID. Could have been that COVID, damage from that too. So, yeah, moving forward, Caitlyn, once again, is a number 2 fighter. Puts herself in a title eliminator shot or a title shot realm again. She continues to hold that gatekeeper spot, man. So, can't be mad at her. If she doesn't want to fight Valentina from here, she'll still get some fights until she's ready to leave the game, And that's why I say, like, we get mad at her. You better get mad at the fighters that ain't beating her. All day long I can say, well, I don't like this person's style, or I don't like them. Well, that's up to that other fighter to knock them out of the ranking. So no way I'm mad at Caitlyn. Or no way I'm saying Caitlyn's a bum. I'm not saying anything like that, because she's beating your fighter that you want to beat her. I picked Cynthia, but still, that's on Cynthia then, It ain't on Caitlyn because she's holding this one spot down. If you don't like it, get it. You gotta get her out of there. All right, so let's go. Let's jump over the title fight that happened last week. Let's go over to January 30th. All right, January 30th, we have number 8, Roxanne Modafferi versus number 9, Viviane Araújo. Okay, so this fight here, Viviane Araújo, or Araújo, however you pronounce the name, she's coming off a good dominant win over number 15, Montana De La Rosa. And Roxanne, she's coming off a win in her rematch over Andrea Lee. So I think this is gonna be another one of these fights where a fighter like Viviane Araújo, she's getting that. She just broke into the top 10, but she's getting that opportunity against a veteran in Roxanne to really push her into maybe a fight with. Let me say this: if she looks good in this fight against Roxanne, if she wins in dominant fashion, this could actually push her to a title eliminator shot. You can agree or disagree, but I think that just going by Dana's math sometimes and his logic, he's probably feeling like I need a new challenger for Valentina, or I need a new challenger for Jessica Andrade, and he's probably like, I'm watching this fight with Roxanne and Viviane Araújo close, because she's on the come up, she's new blood, she looks good. And if she's able to make a big statement against Roxanne, she could possibly be getting a title eliminator shot. Not a title shot, but an eliminator. And this is a good style matchup too, man, because this is going to really prove if Viviane won't fall into the same game plans like the Macy Barbers or the Andrea Lees or even the Antonina Shevchenkos. We're going to see if Viviane Araújo can really handle experience. Can she handle a fighter with age and experience that can kind of, psych you out sometimes? Because Roxanne, I be picking against her, boy. I picked Macy Barber to beat her. Macy got schooled, dominated. I picked Antonina to beat her. Antonina lost it was a close split decision fight, but I think Roxanne really did enough to win unanimous. Who else? I thought Andrea Lee would beat her in the rematch. I thought she would, but hey. And Roxanne said, no, I know too much, and that's the thing. Like, she knows a lot. So you kind of have to go in there with your style. Don't fall into her traps. Same way Jennifer Maia beat Roxanne. You got to be your own fighter. And I think that Viviane Araújo, she's a very fast fighter. Good footwork. Good work rate and nice volume that I think would really promote problems to Roxanne. And if you look at some of her past fights, as long as she sticks to her game plan and doesn't overexert herself, I think she could, take apart a fighter like Roxanne. She kind of overexerted herself in the Jessica I fight. That's why she lost, but she's really kind of been toning down her movement. Viviane, she starts to, I think Viviane is really starting to find her rhythm now with her boxing. Like, she's not trying to do all these little fancy tricks. How she likes to bounce in and out and do all this unnecessary movement. Now she's kind of slowing down, and she showed that in the Montana De La Rosa fight, where she was really picking her shots, throwing in volumes, moving, and just keeping it on the outside and just being dominant. Being more so dominant. With Roxanne, Roxanne is at a point where she can beat these one-dimensional fighters, but I think as long as Viviane keeps this fight standing and at her own pace, then Viviane won't ever. Then Roxanne will have trouble with it. Roxanne got hands for her style. It's very awkward. Like, she moves nice side to side, but she'll kind of like throw in these like punches with her head down, and granted, it works on some fighters. But I don't really think that's going to work on a fighter like Viviane. But again, man, top 10, man, it's always 50-50 with these ladies. You just never know. But with this fight, I'm gonna say Viviane. I think Viviane. I'm more in favor of her because I think that she does have not ring IQ, but octagon IQ. I think she does have octagon IQ. More so than these fighters like Macy. And I really think it's 60-40 in favor of Viviane. Now I'm gonna have to say this is 60-40. I think she might be catching not Andrea Lee. I think she might be catching Roxanne Modafferi at a good time. Her momentum's going up. Roxanne's, kind of, let's say, how's the best way to put it? Time's not on her side, so you never know how she's aging that outside of the octagon. Experience can only carry you so far. Time's gonna take over soon on that body. She can only stay in there, on those knees for so long, man. And if Viviane, like I said, for this fight, if Viviane wins this fight, I would really think that they would try to get her into a title eliminator next. That's just my logic on it. Because like I said, they want some new people in there. So I'm thinking that if she wins, this could push her to a title eliminator shot. For Roxanne, I don't know. Because she was close to calling out Valentina, but she didn't want the fight. It didn't really seem like she wanted that fight. After beating Macy Barber and Antonina Shevchenko, I thought she would have went for a fight with Valentina, but instead she chose to fight Lauren Murphy, got dominated and beat, and now here she's number 8. So I don't really know what she wants next. Like, if she wins, it's a question mark. I'll put a question mark over Roxanne. If she wins on that side, I don't know what's going to happen. But if Viviane Araújo wins, I think possible title eliminated for her. But let me know, guys, in the comment section, who do y'all think is going to win this fight? Viviane or Roxanne? All right, going back up here. Stamina, Jessica is smaller than Cynthia. Size is only an advantage if the fighter makes it so. Calvillo just made bad choices, simple and plain. The weight, height are only because, right. Yeah, I said that. Let's see. Oh, BJ back. All right, where were you at, BJ? All right, cool. Hey, when I finish breaking this tournament down, let me know if you want a link, BJ, just to come in for a little bit and give me your thoughts on the tournament here. Let me see, Marcus. We know Andrea Lee can't beat anyone above her rank. No, she can't. Cedric, Roxanne record, though, how is she not cut? But Betch is. Cause she'll go on a winning streak, Cedric. Like, she won't go on like a 5, 6, 7 fight losing streak. I mean, she got like 30 losses, but I mean, and I'm exaggerating, but I mean, she's never really going on like a serious losing streak. And look at the fighters she's beaten. I mean, if she continues to beat fighters that are hype or beat undefeated fighters, they're gonna keep her around. Like, look at her record, man. Like, she's gone on like a losing streak before she was in the UFC. Like, I want to say her biggest losing streak before Roxanne got into the UFC was maybe like 7, 8 losses. Maybe, I can't remember, but she's gone on a losing streak. But when she's been in the UFC, she's won a fight, lost a fight. Won 2 fights, lost a fight. Won a fight, lost a fight. So she's doing enough to keep herself in the UFC. So they're not going to get rid of her. Because like I said, as long as she continues to beat top 10 fighters, they're not going to get rid of her. Cedric says, sadly, Viviane, she's just not ready. Marcus got Viviane. Araújo, Stamina got Viviane. Araújo, BJ got Roxanne. So, okay, yeah. So, yeah, like I said, it's about it's a close fight, but I got a 60-40 for Viviane. I think this is the fight where, she uses her strength. I think she's going to really use her strength in this fight. Her strengths, not like her physical strength, but her game. Her game, which is speed in hands and in angles. So she does that, and she'll be in there. Roxanne's more vocal, fan interest / appeal, and wins fights she's not really meant to. From a business standpoint, she's more worth keeping of the two. Exactly. Yeah, because she's she's always there to pull the upset. She's not going on losing streaks. She makes more money than Betch. And on top of that, you can't say, oh man, this fighter has 17 losses, I'm gonna get rid of them. Nah, man, you can't just do that, because they can always promote danger and promote that underdog type. They can always bring that underdog role into your organization. So really, I think the only thing that's gonna get Roxanne is retirement. Her father time. If she chooses to retire, that's the only thing that's gonna happen. Or if she chooses to leave, but they're never gonna get rid of Roxanne. I'm not a Roxanne fan, but yeah, I'm just being honest. All right, so last fight, flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko last Saturday defeated the then number 3 fighter Jennifer Maia. Jennifer Maia is now number 5. She dropped 2 spots, so she's number 5 now. And Valentina, of course, retains her title once again. So with Jennifer Maia out of this picture, I think she's kind of set the bar. I really think that Jennifer Maia has set the bar for a lot of these other flyweights, as far as just, going in there, trying your best, trying to be competitive, and going in there with confidence. I don't really see too many fighters going there with the type of confidence that Jennifer Maia had, against Valentina. Not in the flyweight division. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen anybody approach a fight against Valentina in the flyweight division the way Jennifer Maia has. I think that Jennifer Maia, even though she was outgunned and outstrengthed and outclassed, on her feet, on the ground, she had good moments in there. She didn't have enough to sustain some of these attacks. She had enough to win a round, of course. But that should open a lot of fighters' eyes. You can learn a lot watching even one round about a fighter, because you can see what agitates a fighter. You can see what weaknesses they have even in that moment. And then that's the thing that you got to say, okay, I got to go work on that. So for me, I think Jennifer Maia set that bar. She kind of set that bar to make these other flyweights say, well, I don't think I am ready. You know what I mean? A lot of these flyweights now, they're going to say, I'm not ready. I might have to go back and, really work on certain things. I got to get stronger. I got to go back and work on my striking. Because, yeah, I think what Jennifer Maia did, a lot of these other flyweights couldn't even do. And, of course, she only won 1 round. So what does that say about the champion versus everyone else in the top 15? Says a lot, man. Says a lot about her. But for Valentina, man, moving forward here, looking at this tournament, who would you really want to see her fight, man? It wasn't even really about who. For me, I'm asking y'all that, but for me, it wasn't really about who I want to see Valentina fight necessarily next, but who I felt like deserved a title shot, or who is going to get to a title shot. Just kind of looking at this division, as it grows, who really is developing as a complete fighter in this division under Valentina. It's like a serious calculus problem right here. I'm trying to figure it out. Who's close to pulling off an upset? Who can do it? Nah, it ain't no serious problem. Y'all know there's nobody in there right now that's developed enough to beat Valentina, man. No knock to these fighters, but the thing is, she's just on another level for a reason, They're always great fighters. You know, there's always, each era has a great fighter like that. There's fighters that'll give them a test, but great fighters are there for a reason, you know. But eventually, who do y'all think would make it to like a position and make you say, "Damn, that fight is gonna give the Bullet trouble"? Is there anybody on this list that would give the Bullet trouble? But the thing I think with Jennifer Maia, man, like I said, with her setting this bar, you know, I think it was a good attempt by her. You know, I was glad she came through and showed up to fight. You know, I was, and by that, you know, of course, I mean showed up and actually want to go in there and compete against the champion the way she did. You know, I got to give her a lot of credit for that. But you know, it's time to go back. It's time to go back and work. You know, it's a good eye opener. It's time to go back and work. Like I said, I stand by the fact that Jennifer Maia probably would give Valentina another distance fight. I think Jennifer Maia has the ability to go the distance with Valentina again and maybe be a little bit more competitive. That's how much heart she has, and I think that might be how much confidence she built in that fight. Like if she goes back and watch the tape, then she could say, well, I did this good. If I do more of this, I can just work on this. So the fight might have been more of a confidence builder with Jennifer Maia, and that's why I say you have to take L's as a learning experience, not necessarily a loss. You got to take an L as a learning experience, because if you take it as a learning experience, it can build your confidence up. You know, and I think Jennifer Maia had the approach to go into the fight, learn from it, and it's definitely a confidence builder. Like for me, like seeing Jennifer Maia walk out of that octagon the way she did, even though she lost, you know, 4 rounds, I could say she definitely should have her confidence built rather than broken. I mean, like these other fighters who came in there kind of shook and just completely outgunned with really no hope, those type of fighters will have their confidence broken, you know? Like you can honestly say, nah, they don't have what it takes to come back. But Jennifer Maia is like the only flyweight I feel like out of everybody in this bracket right now that would come back and give her another fight that would go the distance and possibly be a little bit more competitive. Out of everybody lined up with the dance partner on here, that's how I feel. I feel like Jennifer Maia could come back and be competitive, you know, because I think it really did build her confidence up rather than break it. Because yeah, some of these other contenders that fought Valentina, man, like you could see it in them, man. You could see it. Like, I mean, Jessica Eye, the fight only lasted what, 2 rounds, right? And I mean, the way she got laid out, that's a confidence breaker for her, definitely, because the trash she talked before the fight, instead of just, you know, going in and trying your best and, you know, blocking out all the trash talk and all of that crap, instead of doing that, you know, she came in there, which she didn't. That was her problem. She didn't block out the trash talk. She wanted to do that. She wanted to put that negative energy in herself. That's why she came out the way she did. She left on her back, right? But Jennifer Maia, you know, she came in, I think, with more confidence in herself, and she left with more confidence. If that makes sense. So real quick, let me check the chat. No filter. BJ, what are you saying, man? BJ got the like zipped up mouth there. You ain't talking? All right. Stamina, not sure many 125-pound fighters have the technique, strength, or fight savvy to win such a control round over Valentina. The way for these girls to win is not replicate or build on what Maia did, in my opinion. No, you can't. No. You can't replicate what she did, because a lot of these fighters don't have the same build. But you are going to need some of those tools. You are going to need to attack Valentina with something similar, if you know what I mean. Like, you if you look at these fighters' body types, like you can't expect a Caitlin Chikagian to replicate what Jennifer Maia did because their build is different, you know. But she's gonna have to come up with something similar, something very similar to try to win rounds against Valentina. That's my thing. Like, you have to start breaking it down, the similarities there, man, because if you look at somebody like Jennifer Maia, she comes in, she's a thick girl, so she blows up in weight. She's going to use that physicality to her advantage. Somebody like Caitlin Chikagian, she can't do that. So yeah, she can't replicate that, but she can find some similar way to do that. And what I'm talking about is with Valentina is you have to make it an inside fight and you have to make it physical. So between Caitlin and Jennifer Maia, they'll have to take different approaches to do something very similar against Valentina is what I'm saying. And it all comes down to being physical. Being physical. So yeah, Maia set the bar for herself, less so for other girls. Yeah. She set the bar for the whole division, in my opinion. You know what I mean? She set the bar for the whole division. BJ Maia is a G. Let's see what Araujo does. She's threatening. Let me see. I don't know if she's threatening to the champion, though, BJ. I can't say she's threatening to the champion. Stamina. Jennifer and Joanne are the ones who really can hold their heads high after having fought Valentina. Yeah. Like, it's, Joanna, she's fought her like what 3 or 4 times in Muay Thai, so she probably went in here with the mindset like, this is just another crack to see if I can do it. Let me mark it off my bucket list. You know what I mean? Stamina. I would love to know what Maia weighed on that fight night. Shoot, I think we know. BJ says she's threatening the division. Who's threatening the division? Viviana Araujo? Yeah, she's definitely like, I won't even say she's like threatening to the division because she came up short against a Jessica Ai, man. So she kind of falls into that category where it's like it's always gonna be 50-50 with these ladies, It's always gonna be 50-50. And it's gonna come down to styles making fights too, man. It's still gonna come down to styles making fights, but Vivian, it's too early to say that she'll upset Valentina or pose any type of threat, man. See, I gave Jennifer Maia, even in our prediction, I gave her 4 rounds because I felt like she did have the experience and the physicality to promote some problems in that fight, against Valentina. But I can't say that Vivian would do the same thing. As you don't know, when she eat one straight left hand, how's she going to react? If she feel like she can't get the timing down to Valentina, how's she going to act, BJ said Maia probably walked in at 140. Shoot, I was thinking 150, but yeah. Marcus, let's hope VV doesn't have one of those Jessica Ai moments while fighting Roxanne. That's why I'm saying, man. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm picking her to win, but she might have one of these moments, Like, the only fighter in this division that don't have moments that sticks to their 100 is Valentina. Even your number one contenders aren't sticking to their 100. I mean, or their 94%. Valentina's the only fighter sticking to her 100. That's why she's the champion. Everybody else right now, it's either I'm here today and I'm not this next day. That's why I'm catching the L. Let's see. Cedric C. Jillian has the most star appeal. We need a star. Bad. Antonina's too quiet. We don't know about how she'll have to dominate like her sister. Cedric C. Cynthia was a little cocky. She could have been popular, but her fan interaction ain't there. I think she's pretty fan friendly. I guess like She doesn't seem like a stuck-up type of fighter. You know, she's always out there, putting herself out there. No, so I'm just reading these comments a little bit. Cedric, she's a good fighter. The red hair, she has that it factor. Yeah, she got the look factor, and she has a particular style that's working for her. But you know, levels, baby, levels. Levels are gonna have to be levels are gonna have to be uh, introduced into her camp to push her to that next level. Like, she's good where she's at, but you got to be better, man. And y'all saw my recent video I just did, you know, talking about Mackenzie Dern. Like, that's what I want to see in hands. That's what I want to see as a fighter who's growing. Show us something. You know, Mackenzie Dern said, I'm going to show y'all these hands. So yeah, all right, looking at this tournament here, we went through all the fights. So Antonina's got her opponent out of the way. To me, Antonina should fight Miranda Maverick next. Going down the line, Jillian Andrea Lee. This fight should push somebody back into the top 10. Taylor versus Montana. If Taylor wins, this will push her into the top 15, and then Montana will be knocked out. But if Montana wins, they'll probably elevate her one spot up, possibly. JoJo versus Jessica. This fight might get the next person the title eliminator. Possibly it could do that. Or it might get him a fight with Vivian, the winner of Vivian Roxanne, which would be fine too. So the winner of JoJo Jessica should fight Vivian versus Roxanne. That could possibly happen. Then you got Caitlin Kagan sitting on the sideline here, maybe looking for rematches with Cynthia Calvillo in her loss, and Jennifer Maia and Valentina, their fight over. Jennifer Maia lost. I would like to see Cynthia Calvillo and Jennifer Maia fight next. So the losers of those fights should fight next. Calvillo, Jennifer Maia should be the next in this tournament thing here. But I know you've seen these two fighters on the outside that I haven't mentioned. Jessica Andrade and Lauren Murphy. They're the only two on this list here with no dance partners. So with Jessica Andrade sitting on the sideline, you know, she's kind of sitting there, you know, waiting for the title shot, which I understand why she's sitting there waiting, you know, because she feels like she earned it after beating the #1 fighter in Caitlin Kagan. So she's holding on to that spot. But Valentina made a good point. There was a point that I had already made too on my channel, is the fact that nobody should be sitting on the sideline. You know, Lauren, who missed out on the fight against Cynthia Calvillo, is not getting the title shot. Valentina said Jessica I is not going to get it yet. She said they need to fight for the title shot. So that is the pairing that needs to be made next. That's the next pairing that needs to be made in January. Could be made in January. Make it in January or make it in February. So that's the fight I agree on. Valentina's made a good point. Valentina said next title shot should go to the winner of Lauren versus Jessica. So pair those two up. They're the only two right now without a dance partner, who hadn't had a dance partner since the rest of these other ladies fought. So let's get Lauren and Jessica in there. Winner of that fight in maybe January or February should meet Valentina over the spring. What do y'all think about that? All right, let me go back to the chat here real quick. Let's see. What are y'all talking about? Where did I leave off? Oh, okay. No one will ever respect WMMA if they only have Nunes and Valentina. I think people respect it if they respect themselves. You know, if they really start to show the appreciation, put themselves out there more as fighters, then they'll get the respect. Because I think the respect all comes from hard work and dedication. You know, if every fighter shows the discipline and dedication, you know, because Weili Zhang to me is on her way to being a well-respected fighter with Nunes and Valentina. I didn't say she's there now, but she's on her way. You know, Weili, Rose Namajunas, those fighters that respect the sport and respect themselves and respect the grind will help build a sport that everybody's gonna respect. So it's like a unity thing, man. Like all these fighters have to respect the sport, the game, and the grind in themselves. No Filter said McKenzie honing in that power. Yep. Stamina. How does the division have a star? How does the division having a star improve personal enjoyment of combat sport? Yeah, that's my question too. Like, I'm not really looking for a star. I'm looking for somebody who's gonna make a good fight with Valentina. You know, who's gonna make a good fight with the champion. I'm looking for what I'm looking for in the strawweight division. Cedric C. I love women's MMA. I hear casuals always saying WMMA is boring. Casuals are. I'm not listening to them. Robert Montana about to get beat bad. Cedric said, but would it make more interesting? Like, I like Kayla Harrison is talking more now. Kayla's talking a lot, but she's not. She needs to polish up. Let me say that she is polishing herself up. Okay. Cedric C. Ashley Evans Smith, Norma Dumont. I'm going with Norma Dumont. Let's see. Lolita. Good idea. 14 in the building. Yeah, man. Like, y'all have 15 people in here, man. Like, if y'all just hit like on there, my notifications will come up more too, I think, you know. So, and I just hit over like 400 too. So thanks to my new subscribers, man. I keep grinding. I keep doing this thing. Murphy versus Andrade. Yes. Yeah, you like that fight too. Yes, that has to be made. You know, I said it on my channel here. Of course, Valentina said it. If the champion says it, the fight should be made because she should get to choose who to fight, right? You know, she gets to make the choice. Like, I don't just want to fight Andrade or Murphy next. Make them fight each other and earn the title shot for real, you know? I'm looking for great matches. Yeah, that's what I look for. I'm not looking for a star. I'm looking for great matches. Cedric, see, I'm not a Rose fan, to be honest. She's been lucky all these title shots. No, she ain't lucky, man. She's only really had, how many title shots did she have? Not title fights, but how many stamina? You know, right? Check. Somebody check. Or Robert Henry, you're a Rose fan too. I don't feel like looking it up right now, but how many title shots have she had, Stamina? Just answering Cedric C's question. I mean, she had the one during the tough finale like 6 years ago against Carla Esparza. She lost that. And then she had the one against Joanna, which she won. So technically she only had two, because then she defended the title, lost it to Jessica Andrade. The rematch with Jessica Andrade wasn't a title shot, so she only had two. Yeah. Rose only had two title shots. She hadn't had a lot. And I mean, she won one, and the first one was well deserved because she beat everybody in the tough house. So yeah, man, like, is it 3? I thought it was 2. Yeah, I thought, yeah, it was 2. Yeah, it was just 2. It was 2. You know I know my thing here, man. You know I know my game. I've been following Rose since day one. Been following her since Invicta. And I know the tough house, it, in the tough house, her and Rose, Carla Esparza and Rose came out on top in the tough house. So Carla beat Rose for that first title shot, and then Rose beat Joanna in her second title shot. So she worked hard to get there. Like, she didn't get a title shot for another 3 years. You know, she didn't get a title shot for another 3 years, right? Because 2014 was the tough house. Then 2017 she fought Joanna. So yeah, it was 3 years before she got another title shot. So she hadn't really been given a lot. You know, yeah, if you really think about it, she hasn't really been given a lot. She's really had to work for it. Marcus said Rose had a title shot back when she had hair. Yeah, that's what I said 6 years ago. Stamina said, yikes, if Rose ain't that good, please let me know who is. Oh, yeah, Rose is good, man. Robert, Rose has less title shots than Holly Holm. Yeah, that's crazy right there, right? And I think, you know, Rose is a much better all-around fighter than Holly, too. Yeah, like Rose Namajunas, only 2 title shots, man. Yeah, think about it. I mean, you might think she's popular, or you might think she's really out there, but she don't get the title shots very often. So yeah, the more and more I think about it with all of these flyweights, the more and more I think about it without, the more and more I think about it with all these flyweights, I feel like even Jessica Andrade, I would feel more comfortable if she secured it by beating Lauren Murphy, and vice versa. You know, I would like to see them fight just to get the real tournament going, just to get this real thing going. You know, to get this true gladiator thing going. You know, let's have Lauren, and let's go ahead and say, let's see. Let's go ahead and match up number 3, Lauren Murphy, with number 1, Jessica Andrade, for a title shot. Like, I know I said Jessica Andrade could go ahead and fight for Valentina, but if she wants to make that suggestion too, that Lauren and Jessica fight, I think they should follow it through. But it seems like Dana, from what Dana's saying, he might actually just go ahead and put it. It seems like he's just going to go ahead and make Jessica Andrade fight Valentina. What do y'all think? I mean, that's what it seems like. George, what's going on? George said he late. Yeah, we've been on about an hour and a half here going on, man. Just talking about the flyweight division, man. Cedric, we'll see when Whaley smokes her. Man, ain't nobody. I don't know if you're getting smoked in that fight. I mean, I haven't done my early breakdown on it yet, but I am. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that early breakdown because, you know, the fight hasn't even been announced yet. You know, the fight's not even official, but I'll talk about it. Lolita said you want to see Holly versus GDR again. I really don't. I'd rather see Valentina versus GDR, honestly. Which I'm going to talk about in another video, because I'll say this. Look, if Valentina destroys Jessica Andrade, which is definitely possible, highly possible. I mean, I love what Jessica Andrade is doing right now, but if Valentina destroys her, then there's really no other challenge at flyweight for her. And I think a fight with GDR would be one for the ages, especially for her resume, her career. That would be like top off on Hall of Fame status right there. Top level strikers, just like a big challenge for her, man. That would be dope, man. That's like what you say. That's my wet dream fight. Yeah, yeah. So really, man, I would really like to see Andrade and Lauren fight. You know, like I said, Lauren, man, like I ain't got no beef with her, man. Like I know what she's doing is for her. You know, whatever's happening is for her, even the mistakes she's making. So I gotta say, look, Lauren Murphy, I want to still see her in the mix. You know, she is on her 4 fight winning streak. You know, she posted that on Instagram too. I don't know if y'all saw that on Instagram. She posted up how she said the math in the UFC wasn't working out, and I was just like, see, she going in, but she need to be louder about it, man. She need to go in and be louder or something. You know, she really need to be like, yo, Dana, this is my thing, man. Like, this would be my title shot. So I'm not really mad at Lauren. Like I was disappointed like last month whenever I heard how she didn't take the fight, how she didn't take she didn't take the fight November 21st. I was disappointed, but the more and more I thought about it, I was just like, okay, this is her doing, man. Stamina, man. Let stamina talking about it is pointless. Does nothing for either woman. It's just a fight. Oh man, come on. That fight does a lot, man. See, I'm not one to just look at titles, man. No title has to be on the line with me. You know, we could vacate titles and a fight still be for a linear title. You know what I mean? It's about of course in the UFC everybody gonna look at the belt and say, okay, that's the person that's the real deal. But when you start matching resumes up and challenges up, you don't even need a belt for a good fight. So it's not just a fight. It's a good fight. It's a challenging fight. To me, a good fight don't need a belt. You know, I watched boxing for over 30 years. I'm like, yo, I seen many a good fight, legacy fight that need no belt. See, that's my thing, Stanley. Look, we all get so caught up in titles all the time. Like we can't act like legacy can't be built on anything else. Like, nah, man, like legacy is about two fighters who got the skill, want to call somebody out and make the challenge, you know? And we got to do it in our primes, you know what I mean? We don't need no belt. We ain't got to let no sanctioning body tell us what to do. Again, I know that the UFC, this is the UFC, where it's strict on that, but um, if you want to make it more interesting, shoot, if Nunes retired, make it for the bantamweight belt then. That'll make it even better. That would make it even better, man. This fight, a fight with Jermaine Duraname, to me would do a lot more than some of these fights at flyweight would, really. Because why you think so many critics now are saying, oh man, like, she's too good for her own self. Like I don't believe that. I think she's just one of the greatest fighters. I just think that a lot of these other fighters are on her level. But if you want to find somebody to really give you a challenge, GDR is that one, and I feel like GDR could really give her a good challenge versus some of these other flyweights. Because what are we going to say in the meantime while she's at flyweight? We're going to keep saying, "Oh, these people ain't ready. They're going to get their ass beat." Don't you get tired of having to say that all the time? Like, don't you want to see your champion in there in trouble? Don't you want to see your champion come through and do their thing and really step their game up? And I think that's going to be a fight that's going to put butterflies in my. That's what I want. Look, first off, look, let me tell y'all something. Look, I want butterflies in my stomach when I want to watch a fight. I don't want to sit there I don't want to be laid back saying, I know my champion's going to win. No, I want to feel tense. I want to get the sweat on my palms. I want to feel like my champion's in trouble, but I know they got the tools to win this. I want to know that. I want to be like, yo, this gonna be the fight of my champion's life, but I know they can do it. The Valentina GDR fight, it would be one of those fights that put butterflies in my stomach. But I feel like Valentina got some tools, man, that could handle that height. But there's always that equalizer with GDR. You know what I mean? So that's what makes that fight so much more interesting. I mean, I'm tired of the easy fights, and then the fans always saying, "Oh, that fighter wasn't ready. That fighter wasn't ready." Well, let's get a fighter in there that is ready. Um, Robert said the balance of WMMA universe depends on how many mistakes that Lauren Murphy makes. Oh, bro, come on. Oh man. No, now that ain't true, man. The UFC gonna keep moving. The WMMA universe gonna keep going, and that's why she was getting left behind. Stamina said, "No, I don't care enough for titles. That's not my point. I'm saying that a win. I'm saying that a win or loss, that fight is just that fight. Nunes either goes 3-0 or 2-0 versus uh, Valentina. There's no consequence, no meaning." See, I still don't see it that way, man. No, I think there's a purpose to the Random fight versus a Valentina fight. It's all about challenge. It's all about challenging yourself. If the flyweights aren't giving you that challenge, let me go find the challenge. But this mountain here, I climbed this mountain so easy. That was nothing but a hill. I really want a challenge. Let me go climb Mount Everest then. George Handler. Amanda and Bullet have fought 8 rounds. Amanda won 4. Bullet won 4. Officially, Bullet lost, but not an actual 50% of viewers thought Bullet won the second. It was a 1 point differential, 48. F8 said Amanda will win again. What's up, F8? F8, Amanda will win again. Let's see. BJ said Valentina versus Yana. I don't know, man. Nah, I don't. Valentina versus now Stamina. That fight to me is just a fight. I'm just being honest, BJ. To me, right now, that fight would be just a fight. Valentina versus Yana is just a fight because what ranking is Yana right now? I'm trying to see something here. Hold on. Yana Kunasky is ranked number 8 right now. Wait, so Stamina, you're saying you're all in for GDR versus Valentina? That's what I was saying. Did I say Nunes? Did I say Nunes by mistake? Cause I'm sure I said Jermaine Durandame. Cause I thought you were disagreeing with me. Cause now you said GDR versus Valentina Shevchenko. I'm all in 100%. We never seen it. I just don't want a trilogy of. I thought I said GDR. That's what I thought. That's what I was saying. I thought that. Let me go back up the chat. I don't remember saying Nunes. Yeah, I thought I said GDR because I thought he said he was disagreeing. Maybe he was talking to somebody else in the chat. Yeah, I thought I said GDR. I said it so many times in other videos too. Yeah, my bad, Stammer. You said, yeah, because when I said GDR, your next comment was Valentina versus Amanda was pointless. That's why I was like, I didn't even know nobody threw that out there. I don't even want to see. Yeah, I don't want to see. I don't want to see a rubber match. Hell no. I want to see GDR versus Valentina. Yeah, that was what I was talking about. Yeah, FA, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm real good. Just chilling tonight. BJ said no. You said yeah, yeah. I did. Yeah. Um, F8 said Nunez and GDR will beat the Bullet. But yeah, well Nunez, yeah, Nunez has those two wins. You know, she does have those two dubs, but the GDR fight need to happen. Yeah. Let me see. What is Yana? Yeah, I don't even know how the rubber match guy even talked about because yeah, I want to see that fight. I want to see GDR and Nunez. I mean GDR and the Bullet. That's the fight makes sense. Yeah, but yeah, Yana Sky is number 8, BJ. So I really don't want to see that. There's really no gain off of that for Valentina. I think Holly Holm can learn more from a Giannis Sky fight just because of the where she's at, you know. But I don't think the Bullet needs that fight. Marks, I can't wait to see Cheesecake versus Vanessa Miller. I can't wait to see Cheesecake versus Vanessa Miller. All right, you called it, Marcus. I know you like that fight. GDR is a dangerous fight for the Bullet. Yeah, that's why I got to happen, man. Stamina, you were arguing how BJ, you were arguing how Yana isn't a striker, hence attempting to strike with Aspen, getting her slumped. What is her fighting vastly superior striking gonna do for anyone? Uh-uh. Hey, you wanna answer that, BJ? He said, BJ said, I never argued Yana wasn't a striker. I always said Yana was one of the best strikers in the division. One of the best strikers in the division. She just doesn't have power. I think she's a good clinch fighter. Oh, excuse me. I was just reading some of this. Yeah, Valentina is not a vastly superior striker to Konoskaya. Yeah, I just get, I get passionate about the fight game stamina. You know how it is, man. you know, I get passionate about it, bro. That's why I was like, my bad. Like somebody brought up Nunez. That's why when I saw the Nunez thing in the chat, I was substituting GDR, and I was just like, whoa, we talking about GDR? That's not pointless. I was on that fight, man. But yeah, um, Ernest Richardson said Yana is like Brock Lesnar in that they detest getting hit. Damn. Okay. Connor Sky is a lifelong striker. F8, I want to see Whaley versus the Bullet next year. Man, like I would like to F8, but I really think Whaley needs to clean out this division and just continue to do what she's doing as far as her training, get better and better. I really want to see her like get to a certain level where I know it could be competitive with the Bullet. I really don't want to see that next, honestly. I'd rather see Wei Lee. and Jessica. No, I'd rather see Valentina and Jessica Andrade first. You know, I'd rather see them two fight. Yeah, yeah, F8. There's fights this weekend. This is that Curtis Blades Derek Lucas card. I was looking forward to this fight. You know, heavyweight fight. Um, the women on the card, Marcus, you brought it up earlier. Yeah, F8. The women on the card, we got Ashley Evans Smith and Norma Dumont, and then you got Gina Mazzani versus Rachel Ostovich. Not really like big major fights, but those are the only two women fights on the card. F8. Gina Mazzani, and Rachel Ostovich, and again Norma Dumont and Ashley Evans Smith. But the main events where I'm really looking forward to Curtis Blades and Derek Lucas. Norma Dumont versus Ashley Evans Smith. F8. I got Norma Dumont, and Gina Mazzani versus Rachel Ostovich. That was kind of a toss up, really. That was really a toss up. Yeah, man. F8. Yeah, Rachel Ostovich still in the UFC, man. Still in there. I mean, when was the last time she fought? Let's see what last time Rachel Ostovich fought. When was the last time? When was the last time Rachel fought? They cool. I mean, she cool, but I mean, man, Rachel's 4-5. Man, yeah, Rachel Ostovich. Yeah, I remember watching this fight. Damn, it was a while back. I remember I was watching that. Where was I watching that? Yeah, Rachel ain't fought since January 2019. Rachel hasn't fought since that Paige Van Zandt loss. And I picked Rachel to beat Paige too in that fight. That's why I was like pissed off. I was like, damn, Rachel, you can't beat Paige. You know, I was like, you can't beat Paige at this point. I was like, and now she's been out for almost 2 years. Yeah, yeah, FA. I think they're gonna do some cutting. I think they're gonna do some cutting pretty soon. What's going on here? I'm over here talking to a few of y'all, but I was just looking at I was looking at Stamina and BJ. Stamina and BJ going back and forth about this here, man. I mean, honestly, for me, Yana is not an appealing fight for Valentina. You know, that's like right now for, well, if y'all don't follow boxing, y'all don't know. Y'all won't know, so I won't use any boxing references. Rachel got popped. I didn't think she got popped, man. I didn't know Rachel Ostovich got popped. Or maybe I did. Maybe I don't remember. We gotta look, man. Hold on. Boom. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember now. Rachel got popped over the summer. She was supposed to be out for a year, but she was only out for 5 months. So, yeah, she got popped. Let's see what she got popped for. Rachel got popped for, let's see, some type of anabolic steroid, it said. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was just this past summer too. So yeah, she got popped for a steroid. So okay, okay. I'm surprised they didn't cut her. She's 4-5 right now. But yeah, Dana White, not even just the flyweight division. I think Dana White, he really got to do some serious cutting. He got to do some serious cutting, man. Like not necessarily like just cutting, you know, everybody, but you know what I mean. He knows who to cut. We know who he needs to cut. I ain't even gonna mention nobody's names, but there's certain fighters he needs to cut. All right, so let me jump in this debate just for a second. I just got one question. Like, what level of striking ability would you lay? Would you, BJ? What level of striking ability would you put Yana Kunitskaya on? From a scale of 1 to 10, what is Yana striking, in your opinion? Yeah, Robert said he remember when she got popped too. Okay. Elite multiple time world champion. Okay. But what level, BJ? One to 10. What level of striking is? Come on, BJ. BJ, what level of striking is she on? 1 to 10. From 1 to 10. Same question, Stamina. What do you think? Like, what level is she on from 1 to 10? Yeah. I see Stamina's response. I ain't even getting into that. Let's see here. Okay, there you go. Okay. Okay, there you go. Stamina said 5. She's on a level of 5 at best. Damn, FA said Yana is a fake striker. Damn. Wow. Lolita said, I want to see Antonina versus Chikagan. Oh, you want to see that rematch? You think Lolita? You think that Antonina's ready for that? I mean, I personally don't know. I personally, I know how I feel, but like, do you think that she's improved enough, Lolita? I'd like to see. I don't know if you heard it earlier when I was doing a live stream in the beginning. I'd like to see Antonina versus Miranda Maverick because Antonina right now is ranked um, number 14, so that would be a little bit more logical for her. I can't have Antonina jump from 14 to fight the number 2 fighter. So I'd like to see Antonina fight Miranda Maverick. All right, so yeah, Stamina said he rates her striking at a 5. What do you rate it as, BJ? Yeah, BJ, you got a defender here, man, because F8 said Yana's a fake striker. Come on. Yeah, 1 through 10, man. What level is she on, BJ? Because look, oh, you said 7. Where'd you say 7, man? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I see. I got you. I got you. She lacks power, but not. She doesn't lack technique. She lacks power. It's a 7. Okay. Um, where would I rank her? Well, it's not up to me. It's on y'all because y'all the one debating. So, BJ, stay out of. Her mark is crazy, boy. Robert said, "How in the hell is she a 7 and Mia is like a 7.5 and Valentina is a 9.9?" 7 is pretty high. Yeah, 7 is pretty high. Because Valentina, I say Valentina is a 9.9. And Joanna, damn, like Joanna, I would say, just because she's won all her fights with stand up and decisions, Joanna's like a 9, Joanna's a 9. And who would I consider like a 7, though? Like a legit 7. Uh, let's see. Because a 7 is pretty good now, a seven can win with the hands. When you start getting into the 8, 9s, and 10s, I mean, you're talking about elite level strikers. So to even be considered 7 is pretty good. I don't know, man. Like, damn. I guess I would say JoJo. I call JoJo a 7 or a 6. I think like JoJo is like a 7 or a 6. Where would I put Caitlyn? Because Caitlyn, like I said, she's a points fighter. She knows how to win with her hands. Like, it ain't pretty, but Caitlyn can kind of throw hands better than Yana, in my opinion. That's just me though. F8 said real strikers are the Bullet, GDR, Lipsky, Rose, Joanna, Antonina, Home. I'm not impressed with Amanda, her striking. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Amanda Nunes, like I said, like, definitely not like the greatest boxer. Like, she's not like Chris Cyborg with the hands, but she has the fundamentals down to make it work for her, which is very important. That's what makes a complete fighter, though. So she's definitely, I agree, she's definitely not like elite where she wins all her fights off of striking. You know what I mean? BJ said Lena Landsberg, she was beating Aspen Ladd until she wasn't, and pieced up Marion Renault for 3 rounds. BJ, what are you doing right now? I wanna hear your argument here, man. Let me send you a link real quick on this thing, man, because I've done the flyweight tournament. So BJ, if you want a link, I'll send you one real quick just to hear your thoughts. And you too, Stamina, if y'all want to make y'all points for real, for real. If y'all want to vocalize y'all's points, I'll send y'all some links, man. Yeah, I've never done. I'm gonna try to StreamYard while I'm using OBS. So yeah, we'll see how that works, man. I guess it should. I guess it should link to it. Hold on. Yeah, hang on 1 second. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still here, y'all. Just trying to set something up here real quick, but bear with me. All right, what are y'all saying in the chat while I'm getting ready? Aldridge is a flyweight now. Damn, she is. Does she need to be a flyweight? Is that the question? Damn, I did not know Aldridge was a flyweight now. Maybe I did. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. But yeah. Hang on 1 second. Man, where's your thing? What's that here, man? Oh, there it is. Okay. No filter, MMA. All right, BJ, let me know if you got that. I don't know if that still come through. All right, let's see. I wonder if I think yeah. Hold on. We'll see if you come through on there, but Aldridge could fight Agapova. Yeah, that would be interesting, man. I don't know where Agapova is right now. As far as I see her on IG, but as far as like where her process is, I know she has surgery. I know she has surgery or something like that, So she's been kind of rehabilitating the knee or leg. But yeah, I don't know how far she is into coming back to fight. All right. Yeah, you there, BJ?
Yeah, bro, I'm here. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Yo, let me know in the comment section if y'all can hear him. I got BJ on here.
I'm here, man. They should be able to hear me.
So, yeah, man, before you were gonna make your argument about that, I know we had talked about the flyweight division, man, and like the tournament. Like, what is your thoughts on like all these fights that happen? Like, going down the list of the fights that did happen and the fights that are gonna happen. Like, what do you see as far as like the future of the division right now? Is it good? Is it bad, or is it just kind of at a standstill for you?
I mean, a lot of these matchups, man, you know what I'm saying, can eliminate a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like Viviane Araújo could eliminate Roxanne Modafferi. Let's see. I hear he's a little quiet, but he's there. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be like that. Whoever is on the StreamYard is going to be quieter. It was the same way on my podcast last night. Who was that said that? Stamina. But yeah, like Araújo could eliminate Roxanne. You know what I'm saying? Like JoJo could fully eliminate Jessica I. You know what I'm saying? It's a toss. It's a toss up with Talia and Montana. One can eliminate the other. You know what I'm saying? Jillian could eliminate Andrea KGB. You know what I'm saying? Like it can go like that. Like these young girls, these up and comers, man, they have to get these wins, dude. Like this is their opportunity to get those wins. Really like the biggest winners out of all of these fights will be Adarujo and Robertson. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like those two need to really, those are the ones who really need to win because they're both ranked fighters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Montana too, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, with Jillian hovering at the top 10 and Adarujo hovering at the top 5, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's must wins for those two.
Oh, real quick, what's going on, Luis Martinez? He said he just started watching the channel. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe too, man. I appreciate that. He said good stuff. Yeah, I just like to get on here and talk these fights with the crew, man. But yeah, definitely subscribe. But yeah, BJ, I agree with you, man. Like, I think the two fights that have a lot of gain is definitely Jillian's. Well, let me see. I say there's a lot of gain out of the Jillian and Andrea fight there, and more even for Roxanne and Vivian, because neither of them has faced Valentina yet. You know, with the JoJo fight and the Jessica fight, JoJo, you know, she blew that chance. She was there, but she didn't get it. Jessica she also faced the champion, but you know, we saw that outcome. So I think, yeah, with the fighters on the come up, there's, you know, there has to be like a grind time in them. You know, there has to be some momentum in them because they're really transitioning in some new blood nicely.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
But one thing that was kind of puzzling me just earlier, I was talking about with Calvillo and Chikagan, where, you know, Chikagan, she came away with the win.
Yeah.
What's next for her, man? Like, what's going to happen with her now? Caitlin holds down the number 2 spot again. What's going to happen?
With Caitlin or Calvillo?
Caitlin.
Oh, you know, I could see Caitlin Chookagian, you know, fighting the winner of Roxanne Adarujo. I could see that fight happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason why that fight shouldn't happen. Like, especially if, well, I mean, I can't 100% depend on Roxanne to call somebody out. Adarujo, on the other hand, I feel like if Adarujo beats Roxanne Martinez, she would call out somebody like Caitlin Chookagian. Or hell, Adarujo may call out Valentina Shevchenko, but you know what I'm saying? Adarujo versus Chookagian, I think is the fight that we should see. See who has the better striking and see if Caitlin Chookagian's point style could fend off, you know, those big heavy shots coming from Viviane Adarujo. You know, we'll see. But that's the fight I would want to see for Chookagian is Adarujo.
Yeah, because like Caitlin, you know, we saw how she looked against Valentina, but I gotta give her credit because she's holding down that spot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's holding it down for sure.
You know, and it's like nobody can get through her. Every once in a while somebody will squeeze through the crack. Like, again, even with Caitlin and Jessica Andrade, Caitlin was doing okay in that fight until she tasted the power. So it's always like never count out Caitlin. You know what I mean? Never count. I pick against her, but I never count her out.
Yeah, it's hard to pick again. I mean, you know, like the only fight I really picked against Chookagian in was Valentina. You know what I'm saying? Like I picked against her. I picked her to beat Jessica Andrade. You know what I'm saying? Just because Caitlin actually fought the way that I thought she would fight. I mean, she fights the same way mostly in most of her fights, but her style worked the way I thought I imagined it working in my brain. You know what I'm saying? She was keeping Andrade at distance, you know, for most of it, and then, you know, when Andrade closed that distance on her, man, and had her pinned up, and, you know, tried to slam her and stuff like that, but, you know, I feel like Chookagian was doing well in that fight.
Yeah, she was. I think she's just a fighter that needs to put a lot more respect on her punches. You know what I mean? Like, start turning things over, start stabbing more with the hits instead of touching. You know, that's why Jessica Andrade was like, "Yo, I got this. Eventually, I'm gonna catch her." You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But there was another thing you were talking about in the chat, and you know, I want you to make your argument on this too. on how you feel, because like I said, I didn't really feel the same way. But if Viviane looks good against Roxanne, gets past her, and let's say she gets past Caitlin Chikagian, like what type of threat do you think Viviane poses to the champion in Valentina?
Well, for one, the same mindset that Jennifer Maia had. Viviane is going to walk right into there just bucket load. Like, you can just see the confidence radiating from Viviane Araújo when she steps in that cage. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a very confident fighter, and she likes to fight. You know what I'm saying? And you know, she don't really get hit a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to say it, but I mean, she gets hit, but she don't get hit a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Montana De La Rosa ain't the best striker in the world. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of those strikers, when of course, I've watched that fight a few times. You know what I'm saying? And Montana has a pretty fast, pretty stiff jab. And a lot of those jabs, you know what I'm saying, Viviane Araújo was slipping a lot of those jabs coming from De La Rosa. And I'm just like, man, like, Viviane has really good movement, really good head movement. She's good at striking with her head off the center line. You know what I'm saying? Like, she throws punches from weird angles. She throws them fast. She throws them hard. She has a good jab. She has good takedown defense, good athleticism. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and she's big. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these flyweights, you know what I'm saying, they bigger than Valentina Shevchenko. And Viviane Araújo is one of them. She's big, she's fast, she's okay. Like, she's totally okay leading the dance, because Valentina's a counter striker. You know what I'm saying? Viviane Araújo is perfectly fine leading the dance against Valentina. So that would be that would be an interesting matchup, like you say, man. And like I say, styles make matchup. That'd be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, because but I say it's like, I felt like none of them were really ready for Valentina, because in the meantime, from not Valentina, but from Viviane, I would really like to see what she can do with that physicality. You know what I mean? Because she's so her style right now is very speedy. It's in and out. She uses her legs a lot. You know, she really just started like slowing down in the Montana fight. You know, she really slowed down in the Montana fight to pick her shots more. But like before that, in the Jessica I fight, you know, she was so fast to blow her load in like the first couple rounds with the speed and unnecessary movement. Like, I would need to see her get a little bit more physical in these next couple fights, don't you think? Like, really use that size. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I think, you know, she's gonna have to be patient, man, because, you know, I don't think she needs to fight the same kind of fight that she fought against Montana De La Rosa, because, you know, Montana made it blaringly obvious during fight week that she wanted to stand and bang with Viviane Araújo. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Viviane was like, okay, you want to stand and bang? I'm going to stand and bang with you. But Roxanne, though, you never know what Roxy's going to do. Right. You know what I'm saying? Roxy's super unpredictable. So, like, I feel like Viviane, man, very well could go out here and blow her load against Roxy, trying to put Roxy away, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, she might go out here and try to put Roxanne away early, because she know that Roxanne is going to do all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Shoot for takedowns, grabbing legs, clinching you up. That's Roxy, dude. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, even though punches and shit from Roxy might not hurt, but what she's doing, her work rate is very high, though. Like, Roxanne's work rate is very high. So she's going to be scoring points, even though she's not really hurting you. She's scoring on you. She's winning the fight. You know, so, you know, if she's going to, I hope Viviane don't come out and try to finish Roxanne early. You know, she might, lightning might strike, and she might get that finish, man. But it's still tricky doing that, because I'd hate to see her gas in a fight with Roxanne, like, because that's not the right fight to gas in. Roxanne gonna beat your ass.
Right. Yeah. Like, Roxy's like a momentum fighter, man. Like, you know, she has her moments in the round, and she knows, like, that's the thing about fighters like her and Amanda Nunes. Like, they know how to fight at a rhythm. They know when to go up. They know when to slow down.
Combo.
Yeah.
Listen, I just want to say something right quick. Listen, Hey, Robert Henry, Stam, I love how y'all love to fucking break down everything I say. I love how y'all focus so much on what's coming out of my mouth, man. I've never been a very popular person, but you guys make me feel so popular. You guys really are listening for everything that I say. Thank you, Robert Henry. Go ahead, Stamina. Go ahead, Combo, man. My bad.
Okay, shout out to this Lolita in the chat. She said some good conversations here for our women MMA fans. You know, that's what we try to do. You know, try to bring good conversation to y'all.
So that's like Combo. Like that's why I can't have I can't have conversations about the flyweight divisions with Robert Henry and George Page because, dude, their perception is so warped. You know what I'm saying? It's just so warped. To them, nobody's beating Valentina Shevchenko, and I'm just like, that's just not. Whether you're a fan or not, even as big as a fan of I am of Jillian Robertson, you hear me say all the time, shit, Jillian Robertson better watch. I've said it about KGB. Jillian Robertson better watch out. This is a tough fight for Jillian Robertson. You know what I'm saying? You talk to Robert Henry or you talk to George Page or Marcus Bell, and it's just like this. I don't know. They just have blinders on. It's not good for me. It's not good to look at fighters like that, bro. I just don't think it's good to look at fighters and think of them as invincible the way that y'all think Valentina is invincible. This is borderline toxic.
Well,
it is. It's borderline toxic. How y'all talk about Valentina Shevchenko, bro? What the fuck? Nobody, no matter what if it was Chris Cyborg, Combo Breaker 99, them fools will still say Valentina ain't nobody beating the Bullet, ain't nobody dethroning the Bullet. They can make the matchup right now between Valentina Shevchenko and Chris Cyborg, and everybody, and them fools gonna say Valentina got more power than Chris Cyborg. Well, I guarantee you they would. It's just crazy.
Hold on, okay. A couple of guys they want links, so I'll send them. I'm gonna send a link to Stamina here and Robert. But yeah, like you're saying, for me, look, I'm looking at the game right now. I'm being honest about it. Honestly, right now, when I tell you I feel like there is nobody that can beat Valentina, that's because I've done the math and I've done the research. But I've never called Valentina invincible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a difference in saying that nobody at 125 will beat her versus now they saying nobody at 135 gonna beat her. And I'm just wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you joking? Are you serious? Because first nobody at 125 can beat her, but now nobody at 135 can beat her either. Come on, man.
And I say that, look, I say that too because it's for me to just say the person's invincible, okay, that means you were born with the gift where you just bulletproof. You can't be beat, and that just makes it kind of take away from the hard work she's putting in. I feel like Valentina is a great fighter, and to be great, you had to go through the hardships and the obstacles. Right. She's earned that spot, and to me, that puts a lot of that should put a lot of notice on these other fighters where they say, this is what I got to do to be great. This fighter's not invincible. Valentina's working her ass off to get what she wants. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I can appreciate that, bro. But the whole toxic, ain't nobody beating Valentina. And you know what I'm saying? She's invincible. It's impossible. Y'all talk like it's impossible. Not y'all, because not you, Gumbo, but they talk as if Valentina is impossible to beat. And Amanda Nunes, and as close as the Amanda Nunes fights was, they even say she won those fights. Mm-hmm. And I'm just Amanda Nunes beat her twice. And Valentina fans can't accept the fact that she lost twice to Amanda Nunes. And I'm just come on, man. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Robert Henry said that Valentina beats GDR earlier. What?
Did he?
I think he said that.
That's a good fight, man. I can't pick a total winner on that.
It's a good fight, but dude, you can't just say that Valentina 100% beats Jermaine Durandamel. or anyone else in the top 5 at 135 pounds right now.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, come on, man. Jesus.
Wait, hold on. Robert, I sent it. I just sent it. Yeah, but hold on, I'm just checking here. Yeah, that's why I want that fight to happen, BJ. I want that fight to happen because I don't know who the winner is, you know. And 1 second here.
Man, one hit quitter.
And we got another guest in the building. First time guest over here. He's got his mic muted right there. That's Stamina MC. Stamina, thanks for coming through, man. First time on here. How you doing, man?
Bear with me 1 second.
Yes, sir. While we bearing with him, letting him take care of that. What were you gonna say, BJ?
Nah, man, I was just saying, man, like y'all gotta chill. They gotta chill with that, man. Like, I mean, they gotta chill with that whole I mean, I get being a fan of Valentina, but I mean, like I was so like Stamina was arguing. I mean, just I don't know, man. I don't know, but I sit back and I wonder, like, why do they look at Valentina like that? Like, I get that she's great, man, but saying that ain't nobody gonna beat her, bro, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, come on, like, she can't be beat no matter who it is, what weight division, what promotion, what weight class, you know, nobody's gonna do it. I'm just like, okay, all right.
No, like, that's the whole purpose I want to see.
This ain't E-knuckle, this is MMA.
Okay, and got another special guest in here. We got Mr. Robert Savage Henry in the building. What's going on? Two people have never been over here yet. They frequent my channel now. Robert and Stamina. Thanks for coming over, Robert. First time on. What's going on, bro?
It said false prophet.
Who said that? Oh, Robert.
Oh, God.
Yo, you there, Robert? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? They got that third world internet over there.
Uh-oh, got the dial-up.
BJ, you've been dying to use that on someone, my God.
Stamina, I have used that at every chance.
He used it on me too, so you used it on me before, but it wasn't really.
Ever since Stamina said that shit, I have been using that shit. Yes, Stamina, you are correct.
But shoot, yeah, what's going on, Stamina? Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me come over, sir.
Hey, no problem, man. I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts too. Oh, there you go, Robert. All right, I just kind of want to get your thoughts too, Stamina, on what you think about the flyweight division as a whole under the champion. You know, just like, what do you think? What do you think of it, like, as far as who really proposes like a threat to Valentina right now? Because, like I said, honestly, for me, everybody's working, but it's not enough. Like, I don't see anybody with that potential threat. Like, what do you think, though, Stamina?
Bruv, I think much the same thing that you do, because the thing that I will say and that you will say in your own way, and others will say in their own way, and BJ will be selectively outraged about the way in which it's vocalized, is that the thing that I see in Valentina is like a once in a lifetime greatness. Like the kind of like martial arts prowess, never mind even just as a fighter, just as an exponent of martial arts, that level of dedication towards the pursuit of excellence in martial arts, you just don't see that very often. There will be champions, there will be winners, there will be losers, there will be competitors, there will be journeymen, but people that achieve and strive to achieve, whether they actually get there or not, those who strive to achieve what Valentina is striving for and has strived for 27 years on Earth, you just don't see that very often. And that is what I tap into when I say whatever I say about her. I can't speak for anyone else. They've got their own voice. They'll say whatever. But when we talk about how the division in its entirety is a work in progress, people are finding their way, they're shoring up the holes and leveling up slowly and whatever else. it's not even so much a thing of them just getting better so as to be good enough to compete with Valentina. The problem that they have is that Valentina's not a stationary target. She's moving too. So while they're improving, so is she. That's why, again, I say with as much confidence as I do that it doesn't look good for those girls. Because if Valentina were just on the couch for 3 years, that would be something different, but it's not. She's training while they're training. So she's got this massive head start on all of them for having started when some of them weren't even born.
But saying that she beats everybody across 125 and 135, though, I mean,
BJ, how many, BJ, seriously though, BJ, how many times have you heard someone say that as to really make that a declaration that you need to push back against?
I read it. Somebody said it tonight.
I didn't say nobody said it. I said how many times, because the frustration with which you say that sounds like you see it every time you switch on your computer. Like, no one should be saying that to you with any degree of regularity. And if people you don't know are saying things like that,
talking about Valentina Shevchenko, especially here recently since Antonina got that win, everybody's like, okay, well, what if Antonina? It's really been since Antonina came into the UFC. Everybody's like, okay, well, what if? Because we all thought Antonina was going to be at the top of the division. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was talking, oh, okay, well, what if Antonina gets to a title shot? And so, okay, and everybody was like, well, Valentina's going to go up to 135 and dominate. And I'm thinking, dominate who? Who is Valentina going to dominate if she's up there playing around at 135 pounds? When you think about fighters like GDR, you know what I'm saying? Amanda Nunes, who she's lost twice to, she beat Holly Holm, she beat Juliana Pena. Then you get to the Ketlin Vieira's, you get to the Yana Kunis. These girls are massive in comparison to Valentina, bigger, stronger. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who is she really gonna beat up at 135 pounds?
I'm
going to this chat. Then I'm right here in this video. And in the comment section, y'all started talking about Valentina at 135, and people were dropping names, and people were saying that Valentina beats all of them. And I'm like, what in the fuck?
Let me ask you this, BJ, though. If she was to move up, like, what do you feel like Valentina has that striking ability and that IQ that has?
Absolutely.
I mean, do you feel like she has that IQ to nullify a lot of these fighters with the strength and the size advantage over her, though?
She does, but absolutely. We've seen it with Holly Holm. I mean, you can't really say Juliana Pena was so much bigger than her, because Juliana Pena really is a flyweight to me. You know what I'm saying? But when you're talking Holly, you've seen what she did against Holly and Kaufman. Yeah, she can. There's girls that she's gonna beat at 135, but to say she's gonna beat all of them is just like, come on. Like, I mean, yeah, there's winnable fights for Valentina would be top 5, but is she gonna beat everybody at 135 pounds? Absolutely not. Come on, that's a ridiculous statement.
Who do you feel like? I know besides the fantasy fight I brought up, the GDR fight, who do you else think?
Yeah, GDR for sure.
Yeah, who else do you think would be like a big threat for her or could pull off that win?
As far as being able to contend with Valentina Shevchenko, like, as far as to be as savvy, to be as good of a striker, man, like to match that, you know what I'm saying? You have to look at fighters like Kunitskaya, man, you know what I'm saying? And Stamina was arguing with me that Kunitskaya was not a striker, and I'm just like, who?
Okay, right there. Let me stop you right there real quick. Okay, so who do you? That's why I kind of brought y'all on. I just kind of wanted to get y'all's opinions on that too, like as far as how you rate them. Like Stamina, you rated her at a 5, and I know BJ, you rated her at a 7. So first off, like Stamina, why do you feel like Yana Kunitskaya is only a 5 when it comes to her striking?
Because that's what I see. Like, that's what I see. I don't see her as being a proficient striker. I don't see her as being someone that, like the large.
Oh, that's I think that's Robert. Hey, Robert, mute your mic.
Okay,
yeah. Stamina.
Still echo.
Yeah. Hey, Robert, can you mute your mic?
Hey, mute your phone, bro.
There you go.
Check. Okay. Yeah, she's just. I don't see her as being being a proficient striker. It's like I don't see that. You know, a large part of what she does to win fights is contributed to in large part by, you know, fists, elbows, feet, knees, etc. Like, you know, there'll be flashes of it, cheeky little clinch, little tie plum, whatever, but, you know, not in the same way that, you know, even though you don't necessarily have seen them fight a great deal, you just know that their fight style relies on it. Someone like a Marina Rodriguez or Taylor Santos or someone like that, you know, the way in which their stand-up actually works.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, if someone goes for a double leg on you, then out comes the jits. But fundamentally, you are a striker. Whether you're well-rounded or not, you are a striker. And I look at someone like Kunitskaya, and I'm like, I mean, if it's not even that she's not a striker, but it's just that she's just not particularly high level at it, is all, because it doesn't seem to serve her particularly well.
She's not a powerful striker. Like, she's just not a powerful striker. But
sure, but she's not a volume striker either. Max Holloway's not a powerful striker, but he wins with striking because he's a volume striker. You know, it's just like, it just doesn't really work for her. You know, it's just, that's what I'm saying. It's not something that really wins her fights.
And I will say this too, like, I do understand where you're coming from with the 5, because you also, when you look at a striker, you're looking at the fundamentals of not just of hitting a person and turning your punches over, but the ability to commit and to also not get hit. You know, that still has to be a big part of it. When I look at that Mario Renault fight, man, Yana, she got touched up a lot in that fight too. You know, there was a lot of shots that I feel like she should have got hit with.
She got hit in the 3rd round.
Hey.
That was after 2 rounds of beating Marion Renault up in the clinch and at distance. I mean, come on. What fight were we watching?
A solid striker shouldn't look like that after a fight to me, you know? Like, if you really got like a who was that?
That wasn't me. You know damn well that wasn't me.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, BJ is muted too, so okay. Yeah, but I feel like a striker still needs a level of some type of defense to be able to get off their shots and still be able to commit to some really good striking. Like, I know that was that 3rd round, but still, you know, that was a lot of punishment she took, in my opinion. Okay, so we got Roger Allen in the building. What's going on, Roger? He said Korneskaya trained with Val. She is a 5 in striking. I agree with stamina.
Of course, Roger Allen gonna say Yana Kunitskaya trained with Valentina, just like Macy Barber trained with Valentina, just like everybody trained with Valentina. Okay, whatever.
So what point are you making here, BJ?
I mean, everybody sucks in comparison to Valentina. I'm just gonna put it like that. Everybody sucks in comparison. You're talking about a lifelong striker in wrestler in Kunitskaya, but it's nowhere in comparison to Valentina Shevchenko. Okay, y'all.
Why is that so implausible?
No, y'all tell me. Y'all saying that shit.
Yeah, but why is that so implausible? Why is that so difficult for you to accept?
It's not difficult to accept when this.
You're rejecting it though. You don't accept that because you don't agree. Why do you not agree with that? Why is that so hard to agree? Why? Why not?
Because when I've watched Kunitskaya fight ever since she fought Tanya Evinger in Invicta, you know, and I watched and I said, man, this girl's gonna be in the UFC. Then she comes to the UFC and you seen Yana fight the way that she fights, and I'm like, man, this girl is solid on the feet. How can you look at a Yana Kunitskaya fight and not take away that she's a solid striker? Like, how can you not take away from that the way she fights and say that she's
all the time? You do this all the time. You do this all the time. No one said that she's not solid. 5 is solid. If you are in the UFC, you should be solid. And if you're not solid, you're not long for this world. No one said that she's not solid. That's a completely different statement. And you always do that to support your statement by bringing up stuff that nobody said. No one said she's not solid, bro. That's
what
not
we're
the point.
arguing here.
What I said, what I personally said, is that Valentina is a vastly superior striker to Yana Kunitskaya. I don't give a damn how long Yana has been doing whatever she's been doing. In that time, she hasn't used her time as well as Valentina did because her skills are not displayed in the same way. She's not the same level of proficiency as Valentina. That's incontestable.
Okay.
Anyone that knows that will say that. You find anyone in the MMA realm and nobody will support, not that I do the appeal to authority, because that's a logical fallacy in itself, but the opinion that you hold, only you hold it. You're the only one. And that whole kind of thing of that you're right and everyone else is wrong, that's the bad way to look at the world.
I'm not looking at it like I'm right and everybody else is wrong. I never said that.
You didn't say that, but indirectly, that's where you're at.
Not indirectly. No, it's not indirectly what I said.
But it is, though. No one supports your opinion. That's what it ends up being. Whether you said it or not, that's where you've ended up.
Because it's the same reaction, it's the same response that I get time after time after time. It doesn't matter what facet of the game you guys are talking about. Come on, Robert, here we go, bro.
Robert, I beg, get some headphones, man. This thing ain't working. Like, it's not.
It doesn't matter what facet of the game we're talking about. Valentina Shevchenko to y'all is superior to everyone.
No, stop the y'all thing. Stop.
Okay,
Don't ever do that. I don't speak for y'all. I don't speak for anyone else. I speak for me.
I keep arguing the same point with y'all. Different points for different people. So I'm going to say y'all.
That's only your problem.
Okay, well,
you're not talking to more than one person right now. Speak to that one person.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say y'all because I keep having the same conversations with the same people.
But that's not what you're doing now. When you're talking to them, talk to them. That's not what you're doing right now. You're wasting all of our time by talking to us about other people that are none of us. None of us are that. The complaint you have is not with any of us. Don't do that, man.
Okay, let me jump in here real quick. Let me cut y'all off real quick. Hold up real quick. All right, so what y'all have to understand is like, okay, well, I want to understand BJ. Okay, on my channel, it's like Valentina is superior to the other flyweights. Nobody sucks. That's how I want to get it straight with me. Like in combat sports, if you're in the top 15, nobody sucks. Mm-hmm. But somebody is superior. So maybe it's the wording with certain people. You know, these certain people ain't here right now, but maybe it's the wording with some of these other people. They get so caught up in their champion, they're willing to say this person sucks, but nobody ever sucks. But I can say for myself that Valentina is better than everybody. She is superior to everybody.
No, she's not superior to everybody.
She's not?
Exactly, dog. Can I talk now?
Okay, well, hold on, Robert. Okay, look, I gotta use my box. No, I'm talking flyweight division. Flyweight division, she is.
The comment that now we're extending that she beats it. We're extending this whole. Valentina beats everybody to 135 pounds. That's what people in the comment section were saying.
When we look at her technical wise, until she gets in there with every fighter, we won't know. But that's not gonna happen until she beats the best out of those fighters. Like if you let them battle it out, then okay, she can go down and fight GDR. She beat GDR, she's the best. Because if GDR beat these other fighters, then she is probably the best fighter. So you got to look at it like that. Like, if you match her, why do you think she's on the pound for pound list? Look, pound for pound list is when you match fighters up and say their skills are second to none in any of these weight classes. She's number 2 right now, though, Amanda Nunes. Yeah, but if you match her up with those other those other bantamweights, anybody 3 to 15, skill-wise, who's got the better skill? I know who could be stronger. I know who's bigger and stronger, but who's got the better skill?
Right, but does she beat them all? Does she beat them all is the question.
You can't put them in. I can't say you can't put everybody in there with her, but if you match her up with the best skill for skill, just off of skill alone, you got to say she has a good chance. The odds
I get that. I get that. I get the hypothetical part of it. But what was being said in the comment section when the names were being dropped, GDR, Holly, Amanda Nunes, the responses to those names were that Valentina beats them all. And I'm just like, how do you...
can I talk? I'm being respectful.
Like, how do you foregone conclude that she beats all of them? Like, that's my question. We haven't seen them fight.
Well, some of those other fighters, they actually have to put themselves in that position so we can argue that. You know what I mean? Like, a Yana Kunitskaya is going to have to clean out and beat a Aspen Ladd, a Holly Holm, Irene Aldana.
But GDR, Holly, I mean, not Holly, but GDR and Amanda Nunes, like, people are like, she'll beat them. I'm like, okay, well, she's never fought GDR and she lost to Nunes twice.
Okay, yeah. Like, those people we can ignore because I said that's a good fight. That's 50-50 to me. And I don't want to see the rematch or the rubber match with Nunes and Valentina. So, you know, if they ain't on here willing to come forward and make their argument, then it don't count, BJ. So you ain't even got to listen to them people. All right?
Right.
You ain't even got to listen to them people because they ain't going to come up with an argument. I got bars for days, bro. But I'm sure Stamina do too. That's why he here. And now, look, we got Robert here too, so I want to hear what Robert got to say. I'm sorry, man, Robert. I'm gonna let Robert talk a little bit, man. How do you feel about this, man? How does Valentina match up with the bantamweights?
Okay, let me say this first and foremost.
I gotta get some water.
I don't know what they were saying in the comment section, but what I said about GDR versus Valentina, the only thing that I said was if GDR and Valentina Shevchenko ever fight each other, it's not going to be the same type of chess match that the Nunes and Valentina fight was. It may be a chess match, but because of how highly skilled they are at striking, there's going to be blood. Somebody's going to get hurt by the end of that fight. That's all I said, BJ and everybody else in the chat. That's all I said. Now, in terms of how does she match up against 135-pounders, I think other than Amanda Nunes and GDR, I think she potentially beats all of them. Because like you said, her skill set is advanced. She has the skill set to beat just about anybody. I never said that she beat Cyborg. You never heard me say that on any channel. I never said that she could beat Cyborg.
I said if that was a matchup that was to be made, that Valentina.
So you made an assumption, right? That I said something. You see what you're saying?
No,
you made an assumption.
I did not make an assumption. I said, I bet you if
you bet what? On an assumption? What did you bet on, BJ? Come on, man.
I did not assume anything. All I said was I bet you that they would say that Valentina would beat Cyborg.
You made an assumption is what you made. I ain't gonna argue that point.
Okay, I made an assumption, but I didn't put words in your mouth. Let's clarify the two.
Okay, but you bundled me in the group. You said people like George Page. You did say names. I heard you say names.
I did say names.
You did. Be honest. It's cool. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
Bro, you gotta do something with your audio, bro.
Am I clear?
No, you're not
even a little bit. It's horrible. You just dived off the edge of a cliff right now.
It's just audio that bad.
Yes, it's pretty bad, bro.
How about right now? Can you hear me?
Much better.
There you go.
That's better. I ain't got no headphones. I'm going no headphones. Look, at the end of the day, this is how I feel. When you speak, and I've been talking about this, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but when we talk about this fandom shit, okay, see, Combo Breaker 99, Stamina, I give them, they have a little bit more technical savvy than perhaps me. And a little bit of you, because I when I started doing this shit, right, doing my channel, you honestly were one of the inspirations because I can relate to you a little bit, I can relate to Coach a little bit, and there's certain aspects of Stamina and fucking Combo. But my point is, you talk about fandom as if it don't go both ways. That's my biggest argument against you. When you say they own Valentina Jock, they own this and that. Well, somebody could easily turn around, look at you and say, damn, we did 30 interviews with fucking Jillian Robinson. I guess he just think that she the queen in the world. I'm not
saying that Jillian Robinson beats every last person that's in the conversation of facing her. You
But you on the
say-
bandwagon,
you
though. I mean,
say
you ride.
Valentina can
I
beat
want to
it.
use that since you don't want to accept that. You ride for Jillian Robinson, don't you? You
I do,
ride
yeah.
for Montana Del Rey.
I
Is it
realistically ride for Jillian Robinson. Realistically. Realistically.
Yeah. I'm not telling you not to, but you do.
But I'm not out here saying that Jillian Robinson is going to beat every single person in the division, and I haven't seen her fight them.
Okay, look.
It doesn't matter who people are talking about could potentially be facing Valentina. You say, Robin Henry, you say that she beats every single person that has ever been in talks of fighting her, who has ever been mentioned in the same conversation as Valentina Shevchenko. You say that she beats every last one of them. And you also say that Antonina beats every last one of them.
I didn't say that.
I think it's odd. I think
Fake
that's
news.
odd.
Fake news. I think it's odd.
It ain't
that
fake
if
news.
I
I
see
got
the
receipts.
evidence-
Go check all the comments on everybody's video. You say it.
Okay,
What are you
listen.
talking about?
Listen. I said the same thing the combo said. Based on the evidence of what I saw, I don't see anybody that beats Valentina. I haven't seen anybody, anything, whether it's a workout video, whether it's a victory. I haven't seen anything. When Jennifer Maia beat Joanne Calderwood, I didn't think, wow, I mean, this is going to be an interesting fight. But I didn't think it gave her something that said, oh, she's completely separated to a point where she'll be able to seriously compete with Valentina. And as you saw with that fight, she lost the fight convincingly. It was a 4-1 decision as far as rounds go. So yes, the fight was a little bit better. I agree with Combo that you can't say somebody's invincible. But man, I don't want to hear all that because you know, as fight fans, we talk all the time. We talk all the time and use these hyperboles. You know what a hyperbole is? We say shit, we talk our shit. We know Valentina can bleed. We've seen her bleed before. We've seen her get hit. We've seen her win. I'm just saying I have not seen evidence that anybody's better. As a matter of fact, it's all online. She's been doing it so damn long. You can find a video of this girl at 12, not at 22 years old. Man, I really don't want to hear it. It's not like people are saying something about a fighter that's unproven when we make these overstatements, you know?
Well, I'm sorry, man, but I come from a time in MMA, man. I come from the early days, the old days of watching the UFC and watching mixed martial arts. And the days that I came up and watching this sport is, you know what I'm saying, everybody is beatable. We've seen GSP lose, and Valentina ain't went on no run like GSP. You know what I'm saying? We saw Anderson Silva lose. You know what I'm saying? We seen Demetrius Johnson lose. Valentina ain't came close. Valentina hasn't come close to doing what they have done as far as when they held the belt. You know what I'm saying? So until she becomes like them, until she gets on GSP, Mighty Mouse, Anderson Silva level, then we can start saying Jose Aldo, somebody who reigned for 10 years, then we can, then you can say shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But 4 title defenses, and y'all want me to say that she beats every motherfucking body? Come on.
Because of the quality of the fighter that she's beating.
She never won a belt at 135 pounds.
So what?
She
So
came,
what? She competed with
she
every
never
single
won a
fight.
belt, and she defended the flyweight belt 4 times.
Never been finished. Then
It
submitted
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Then dominated people. Look, and how you gonna compare using GHP and all that? Look, the level of competition that they beat, yeah, it may be better, but look at the competition and look at what her level is. That's
Well,
what
That ain't, I'm saying that that's the era of time that I came up in watching this sport. You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
but a lot of those
That's the
people in the era can't beat number 15.
Okay,
So what does that mean?
Listen, no, that's a lie because GSP came back and took the belt from Michael Bisping. So if you
Chuck
want to be
Liddell
technical
beat
with it,
number 15 in the division now.
I know that time period is a little out of your realm, Robert Henry. You know what I'm saying? But if you didn't know, GSP came back and took the belt from Michael Bisping.
GSP is an exception to the rule. He's a great fighter. I never said
Okay.
I never said that.
So what I'm saying is, it's hard for me. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to think of it as any different type of way. Okay. It's hard for me to think. It's hard for me to see. As good as these fighters are, they still can lose. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody thought Matt Serra was going to beat GSP. No one thought Matt Serra was going to beat him, and he did. No one thought Matt Hughes was going to beat him, and he did. You know what I'm saying? That's the era I come from. So until you become a champion like that, man, till you become something like that. You know, until that's when the aura of invincibility is wrapped around these champions, when they become like that. Not a champion on a 4-fight defense streak. I mean, come on, man. 4 title defenses, and we're calling her invincible in 2 weight classes. We're calling her invincible. Hey, combo.
Yeah.
4 title defenses, and we're calling her the best in 2 different weight divisions.
I said at 125.
I mean, come on, bro. Come on, man.
Who said it? Back it up. You said facts. Who said that? Go through the comment section. Go through any comment section.
Go through the comment section. I read it. You go back up through the comment section.
No, you do. You the one that brought it up. I didn't bring it up. I don't have to look. I don't have to defend it. Okay.
I don't know if it was
I don't have to defend it. You said it.
I don't know if it was FA. I don't know if it was Lolita. Somebody in the comment section said that Valentina Shevchenko beat. If you don't think, well, somebody said that she beats Jermaine Durandamy, and I'm just like, okay, all right. Like, okay. So are we going to say that Valentina has a higher pedigree of striking than Jermaine Durandamy?
Who said that?
I didn't say anyone said it.
Look, combo.
Are we going to say that?
DDR her props.
Yeah, look, I don't think, look, nobody can say that.
WMMA, period.
Look,
who said that she was a better striker than GDR? We never
said that. I said, are we, since we are talking about GDR Valentina, if you listen to what the fuck I said.
Calm down.
No, because you're not listening.
All right, look. Hey, look, y'all keep it clean. Look, keep it clean on my channel, all right?
Listen, bro. I never said that. You said that. I said since y'all say she's better than everybody else. So now that we're talking Jermaine and Valentina, are y'all gonna say that Valentina has a higher striking pedigree than Jermaine Durandamy? That's what I said. I never said you said that.
Okay, I'm saying no. So there go my response.
Oh my God. Somebody's better than Valentina in something? Oh my God, it's gonna snow.
See, you and your feelings, you're happy to hear somebody give your view or agree with you. I don't care about that.
That was the point I made. That was the point I made, proved right there and then. That's exactly it. The amount of pushback against something that nobody said. That's exactly what I was talking about.
Stamina, did I say somebody said that? Did I say somebody said that?
Well, if nobody said it, then why are you saying it? This is exactly my point. If nobody said it, what are we talking about? You're on a live stream and you're arguing against something that nobody in the live stream said.
Okay, man.
Yeah, look,
it's
B.
no more complicated than that. None of us three that you're talking to. No one said that.
I never said you said it. What I said was, y'all.
Good. If you didn't say that we said it, then why are you talking about it? You're supposed to be talking to us, but you're not talking to us. You're talking about hypothetical comments that the 3 people on the live stream with you did not make.
Okay.
Yeah, B, look, if they can't come on and make the argument and they just keep it in the chat, then we just either ignore it, or if it's on your channel, like sometimes I'll just block them. If it don't make sense, you just block them. But overall, man, look, GDR, we can say, yeah, she's the more superior striker. She has the more power, but who's the more well-rounded fighter? That's what it's going to come down to, and that's what's going to make it an interesting fight. You know, that's what we got to look at it from a technical standpoint. It's going to be an interesting fight, you know. And just going back to what we were saying, Valentina may have so many title defenses, it's still in the single digits, but I mean, you got to look at it, man. You got to give her the respect. And Stamina brought up a good point earlier. You know, her combat sports resume goes on for almost what'd you say, 3 decades, right? Almost
27 years.
Yeah, almost 3 decades. So all of that factors into what she is now. And I'm not just a person who looks at the UFC. I'm looking at the groundwork they laid around the world, because, you know, fighting around the world and fight competition from around the world is how you become the best, whether it be boxing, kickboxing, mixed martial arts, in another organization. It all counts for something, you know. So that's your resume there. That whole career is your resume that helps you not just be a pound for pound best in the UFC, but the best mixed martial artist as a whole globally.
I just gotta see it, man. I gotta see it, bro. I mean, I gotta see her. I just gotta see it. Like I'm
Right.
that type of
But
person, man.
I mean, we're kind of I won't say we are seeing it now because what other ladies really stepped up to the same level as her? I mean, Joanna's one of the fighters I give all the credit in the world for because like nobody's really touching her at strawweight. But when she went up and took the challenge with Valentina, even she got knocked down. Even before that, she beat her in Muay Thai like 3-4 times. So she's just in another realm that a lot of other fighters haven't touched. And again, none of these other fighters are bad. They're just not on that same level, man. Like, I know there's not a lot of boxing fans here, but I always got to use my Floyd Mayweather,
No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I got to use my
totally
Floyd
agree with
Mayweather comparison because Floyd Mayweather, when he was in the division, Cotto, Pacquiao, Zab Judah, Ricky Hatton, all of these fighters were not bums. They were good. They just weren't good as him. So there is a time when a division can be dominated by one person. You can't just say that person is better than everybody. There is nobody that can beat him until somebody shows that same hard work and dedication as a Floyd or a Valentina. Then yes, we'll have a good fight. Yes, we'll have a fight that everybody can actually say this champion has their hands full.
But it's like it's it goes back to a point that I made before. You know what I'm saying? You look at Khabib. You know what I'm saying? You look at Khabib, never been defeated in his life. Never been defeated, not once. We barely even seen this man lose a round. Yet and still, you know what I'm saying, every time there's always the next opponent he's supposed to be fighting is going to be the one that knocks him out. Somebody's going to knock him out. Dustin Poirier is going to present these problems for him. Conor McGregor's going to present these problems. God almighty, dude, the talk before the Justin Gaethje fight, oh my God, Justin Gaethje is going to knock Khabib clean the fuck out. I mean, the freak out, excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? And then we see these shutouts. We see these shutouts by Khabib. And then the next fight, you know what I'm saying, it's the same talks all over again. You know what I'm saying? These are supposed to be the most highest level lightweights in the world, and Khabib makes them look like nothing. Is the same rules apply to the lightweight division? Can we stand up and say that that Khabib is so far ahead of everyone in the lightweight division, arguably the deepest division in the UFC?
Well, let me see. I might let you answer that, Stamina. What do you think? Like that's more so like from an entertainment standpoint. What do you think, Stamina? Like, just hearing other people say this is that next person to beat him. What do you think?
What exactly is the question, sir?
He was saying, like, how do you say that again, BJ? Do you feel like the same thing applies to the lightweight division?
Hold on, bro. What I was saying was, we see Khabib, who has dominated every single person that's been put in front of him. Every last person that's been put in front of him. We've seen him dominate them. But and the lightweight division is like arguably the deepest division in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Other than maybe the strawweight division. But yet and still, every time there's a next opponent for Khabib, there's always this talk about what they're going. This is going to be the person that beats him. In front of the Justin Gaethje fight, the entire world was saying that besides Khabib fans, were saying that Justin Gaethje was going to beat him. Even Jillian Robertson said Justin Gaethje was going to beat him. You know what I'm saying? So can we put the same statement on Khabib? Can we say Khabib is light years ahead of everyone else at 155 pounds? The way we say it about Valentina Shevchenko? Because Khabib has made easier work of his people than Valentina has. His title defenses than Valentina. So can we say that can we put the same moniker on Khabib that he's light years ahead of 155 pounders? That's my question.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you should, actually. You arrive at the same destination via a different route insofar as Khabib is light years ahead in terms of his results and in terms of his in-fight dominance, in terms of the results and whatever. But The difference is that he's arrived at that by being light years ahead of his opposition in one specific aspect of mixed martial arts. Like, it's not like there's anyone else comparable that's just done as much with just one style of combat. Granted, as long as Habib has been around, it's been a thing where he's upped the level and the proficiency and efficiency of his striking, whereby, you know, he can do that thing where just, you know, threaten the 1-2 and then dive in for the double leg or whatever. So people are considering getting punched in the face by Habib, something that shouldn't really be in their mind, but they've been made to think about that by the skills that he shows them in the octagon, and then he'll take them down and have his way with them. So, yeah, ultimately, yes, but the way in which it becomes that is different. And it's also different insofar as, especially towards the later parts of Habib's fighting schedule, the opponents that he's actually come up against in their own right are more respected, more decorated, more accomplished. So the idea, you know, Valentina hasn't yet fought anyone that in their own right has a resume that looks like Dustin Poirier's or Justin Gaethje's or something like that. So therefore those wins mean more because he's beat people who've beat people.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because it all comes down to, it's almost like a tournament within itself. When that person beats the best, they graduate to the next level, and then when they beat that person, it's to the next level. But then Khabib comes out over this side and he beats that person that beat that person that beat that person. That means more, you know.
Yeah, when you beat the guy that beat everyone else.
Right.
Yeah.
He's finishing these people, though. He's finishing this opposition.
Which only makes it better for him.
Valentina isn't finishing everybody that she fights.
I mean, there's something to be said for that. I almost have a little bit of pushback on the whole kind of finish thing myself, because it's something that the Just Bleed MMA bros will really lean heavily on, as they've, you know, decisionator, they've never finished anyone, blah blah blah. There's something to be said for someone like, say, Catlin, who doesn't stop anyone, but not stopping someone consistently could just be very good matchmaking, or it could be incompetence on the fighter's part. You have to watch the fight in order to make that decision rather than just look on Tapology. It does depend. You can take something from that. It's not everything. It's something.
What's your take on that, Robert? What do you think, man? Like, about the comparison between Khabib and Valentina's resume?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think what Khabib has done, definitely it could be argued that it's more impressive, considering the fact that he has a fighting style that everything is centered around that one thing that he does. I disagree that Valentina, that everything is centered around her. I think because she's such a great striker, we believe in our mind that it's all about the striking. We don't pay attention to the defense. We don't pay attention to the strategies. We don't pay attention to the ground game or anything. Like, his last fight, to me, showed even more that she's a complete fighter all around. I think the difference is that Khabib he's so gifted and great in one area that, like when you said Floyd had certain skill sets that were, even when he retired and came back, he was still ahead of people that were starting to try to catch up with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that if Khabib possibly, I'm not saying, you know, because MMA is growing really fast, and it's the youngest of the combat sports that are, you know, growing popular today. So he may take a year or two off, and let's say he changes his mind. He may get beat. He may not be able to pull off what GSP did, where GSP went on this long streak, and, you know, he did good. And he can't. And some people think he lost some of them fights. You know, he took some damage, but, you know, that's an argument. That's a whole different argument, right? But the bottom line is, if you're going to compare Valentina Shevchenko to somebody like Khabib, then I mean, you're talking about the most dominant champion in the modern era, pretty much. Yeah, he has the shorter reign. You see, we're not most hardcore fans are not going to beat up Khabib. I mean, yeah, maybe a few, but most of us are not going to beat him up for having a short reign. See what I'm saying? Because you forget that he only had like what 4 title defenses, like 4, the same amount that Valentina had.
Mm-hmm.
Let's point that out.
Yeah, but Khabib went undefeated though. Khabib undefeated though.
So what? Title reigns. You put emphasis on somebody who did something significant, right? Here's the thing. Most of his fights were out of the UFC. He only had, so we only talk. We're just talking about level, right? We're talking about at the highest level. Okay. See, in my opinion, this is my opinion, and I do it too. I do it too sometimes. We put so much emphasis on whether or not a fighter had a loss that if maybe Mayweather didn't win a decision, that would make him less great as a fighter in terms of his talent level. And that's my point. Valentina's talent level doesn't suffer because she's had 3 losses. And even in those 3 losses, there could be an argument, maybe not for all 3, but if there's an argument that you won those fights, the same thing with Sweeby back in the day. Come on, like, it's the talent level. That's what I think people are saying, that these other girls at 125, where they're very talented in ways, look, some of them more talented in ways now I even give them credit for when I look back at it. But the bottom line is that they have not advanced enough to figure out the puzzle that Valentina Shevchenko. It isn't that they're not they aren't talented. It isn't that they're not improving. We're just looking at what rate are they improving, and at what rate are they hungry enough to go after it. So I think that, yes, I would put Khabib what he did over her, and I mean to arguably equate it. I mean, it won't be equal in terms of losing percentage. You know, yeah, she would have to do more. So yeah, I would put Khabib over her, but in terms of like women, and in terms of her division specifically, she's always going to be up near the top until proven otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I look at them in the same. I mean, I hold them to the same standard. Because I come from watching men's MMA, and then the wave of women's MMA came along, and you know, when men's MMA, you had to be that MFer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to be that for a long time. And you know, Valentina's good, man. She's great. She's top of the food chain, elite, man. You know, but just for me, it's hard for me to accept that blanket that's been laid over her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for me to just accept that and roll with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not that. I'm not that type of guy to just accept that and roll with it. Just because I hear people saying it, you know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to just roll with, like, you know, I hear the big media, you know, they always put out Ariel and them, they put that out there, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I just don't jump on it like that. I have to see it.
I think though, it's something you really have to just go back and really look at with Valentina, because like I said, I'm not one to just give anybody credit, you know, or overrate certain people to build up hype unless they really earned it. And again, like I said, her resume just comes from so many disciplines to really say she is this complete fighter that stands out over the women. And you know, if you do want to integrate men and the women in the UFC, you know, she holds her own even amongst that. Maybe not the top 3, but she is in that, you know, she is in that lineup in the UFC of, you know, yeah, bad MFs, you know what I mean? Just when I look at it, because she's done a lot of groundwork, even like I said before she got to the UFC, and a lot of people that known her, you know, she is one of those fighters that that at this point, after 27 years or so of just competing, does deserve, you know, like you were saying, to have that red carpet rolled out for her, in my opinion. But I got a question for y'all moving forward here, back to the flyweight division, man. You would kind of answer this already, BJ, but this is going to be for you first, Robert, man. Caitlin Chikagian winning her fight against Calvillo, man, what does that do for the division, man? Like, what do you want to see from her now, man? Like, what's this going to do? Does she deserve a title shot? Rematch is what, man?
You know what? In my podcast last week, I had asked, I spent like 3 minutes just talking about, maybe longer, like what happens if Caitlin Chikagian wins this fight? What's going to happen to the division? And honestly, I don't see her winning. I don't see her getting the next title shot. I definitely don't see that happen. I definitely see it. It looks like it's going to be Andrade because they're already hyping it now. After that, that's where it's going to get interesting. I would prefer that she don't because I'm not into Caitlin Chikagian. I give her credit. I actually rewatched the fight and saw some moments, but I'm not really interested in seeing her fight for the title again. And I don't think she's going to be a good matchup because I think her ring, like her octagon IQ, those kicks, like Valentina can see them kicks coming from a mile away. But honestly, if she doesn't mix up the kicks, I don't know how she's going to hang because with the hands, I think Valentina was pretty much dominating for the most part. But she did okay.
Stamina made a good point about that too. Stamina made a great point and said that it doesn't matter who Caitlin Chikagian fights. He doesn't think anybody will make her. He don't think she'll ever be ready to fight Valentina.
No,
it just don't look like it. It just don't look like it. But just to finish up, I'll just say that I think that unless. Because she can say all this stuff about retirement all she wants. You know what I'm saying? And settling down and having babies. Until we see some progressive, like a complete lack of focus. Like, I think she may have had a lack of focus in Andrade's game, but also I think Andrade adjusted and caught her with a good punch. But the bottom line is that I think she's going to remain for a while. And I don't really see anybody. Maybe Murphy. Maybe Murphy can do something. I don't know. But other than Andrade, I don't see anybody right now. Not in the top 5 of the fighters that they're putting up there. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat. It's gonna be hard for somebody to beat Chikagian. I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah, it ain't pretty for us, but it's going to continue to happen as long as she holds it down and as long as these other fighters just don't step up to the plate like they're supposed to. And that's where they separate themselves from the champion. But what do you think, Stamina? Like Caitlin Chikagian winning, what does that do from your perspective, man?
Winning this most recent fight, or her winning her next one, or
winning this recent fight here? What does that do for you as far as what do you think should happen? Rematches with any of these other fighters she fought?
Oh no, absolutely not. No way. No. She has put herself in an unfortunate spot, actually, in that were she to have taken another flash defeat in the way that she did in her previous fight, then you would just, send her back down the rankings and you kind of know with a bit more surety what you do with her. Yes, she beat Calvillo, but she didn't beat Calvillo particularly decisively. And Calvillo wasn't really like the one that everyone expected to win. Calvillo herself didn't look amazing in her previous fight and didn't beat anyone that people particularly respected either. So Calvillo being where she was kind of just whatever it was. It didn't really mean a lot absent context. You know what I mean? So for her beating someone that she basically was supposed to have beaten and didn't do it that well, it's like, well, now what? Because we're no more confident now that you will handle your next fight any better for having had your title shot already and lost. But now we've got, Caitlin 2.0 or whatever. We're not seeing that out there. She's still the same fighter that she always intrinsically has been. So, yeah, she's kind of just like fought herself into a bit of a corner now where she is basically just flipping, Caitlin Chikagian. And
oh man.
Well, hey, that's why I said she's up turning into like a Holly Holm at 125. She's good enough. Mm-hmm. She's good enough.
But you can't say that because Holly did a lot of losing though. Catelyn Chukagian ain't really doing a whole lot of losing.
Yeah, because Holly did go on like a longer losing streak, and what was her for a minute? What was it like? She was 4-4 in the UFC or 5-5.
Yeah, but ultimately, what did that do for her? It did nothing for her in terms of like diminishing either her fan appeal or her ranking or her fight card placement or anything like that. So for as much as she did lose, she didn't really lose anything in terms of what it did for her in terms of the next person that she was offered to fight or anything like that. She didn't really lose anything.
Right.
Because she's still getting paid way more than all these other girls to fight as well. Holly's doing great. Like, her record doesn't reflect that, but she's good. All things considered.
Not got those opportunities either. In Stamina, you know Chukagian would not get those same opportunities. If Chukagian went on a streak like that, she'd be knocked down the rankings so far, bro.
Well, you say that, but even despite everything that I've just said, Caitlyn is about the most regular and most frequently fighting person in that division.
Yeah.
She's fought 5 times in the last 12 months. There's no other girl in the division that can say that.
You're right.
5 times.
Yeah.
No one fights that often.
Especially in the top 5. Especially in light
of the fact that she isn't a fan favorite like that, and only this last one has actually been like an objectively short notice fight, 3 weeks. That's the only one she's done. She normally gets her camp and she does her fight, but she got 5 fights in 12 months. Why does she get that?
Yeah, you're right.
She can't be the only one asking. I refuse to hear that. She can't be.
Yeah.
But I don't have answers either, and I'm not even gonna say what I suspect that it is because I don't even have a suspicion. It just doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either, man.
You're right. No, I didn't even think about it like that. I mean, I know that she's been racking the fight, so I thought about that earlier. I'm like, damn, Chukagian getting a lot of wins under her belt. She took that loss to Andrade, but she's getting a lot of wins under her belt. And then I think now that you say that, I'm like, damn, she has been like super active though.
Yeah, man, but been on here for a minute, so before we wrap it up, and before I let everybody know where you can be followed at, your social media and everything. Final thoughts. What is your final thoughts on the flyweight division? As far as the champion and as a whole. Looking at the top 15. Like, just give me your final thoughts on the flyweight division, starting with you, BJ.
Somebody go before me.
Okay, Robert, what's your final thoughts on the flyweight division?
The future of the flyweight division. I think that ultimately, despite my bias, Valentina, despite who I prefer up around the top of the flyweight division, and a few people who are not so far up just yet. I think that ultimately that it's beefing up, it's getting better. I predict in the next 2-3 years that the division is going to be better. Will it be better in the strawweight division? Will it be as deep as 155 with the men? I have no idea, but I think it's going in the right direction. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. And there's a little bit of drama. Look, we just got to be honest real quick, right before I give out some information if I want. The Lauren Murphy thing, or the Roxy thing, or the Caitlyn thing, to some degree, it's making it interesting because it's like you say, who wants it more? So anyway, but just look, I do my WMMA coverage on Savage WMMA fan, Savage WMMA fan, and then if you like poetry and all that type of stuff on my main channel, I got to put up some new stuff. I'm working on some stuff. Robert Henry Poet. There it is. Thank you, Combo.
Oh, yeah, no problem, Savage. Yeah, definitely follow him. The man, this is another man with no filter on what he says. So, yeah, definitely follow him and subscribe to him. And Stamina, your final thoughts, sir?
My final thoughts only really are that I kind of wish that the matchups that we have to look forward to anticipate over the next 9 weeks or so, I just wish they were happening a bit sooner. It's like the matchmakers just kind of took most of 2020 off in regards to looking at the flyweights and what's going to happen for them. And now there just seems to be a lot happening in quick succession. So, you know, we're going to learn a fair bit more about all of these ladies in due course. By the time like the first quarter of 2021 is wrapped up, we'll know way more about who everyone is and where they should be and whatnot, because yeah, finally the matchmakers have decided to pull their finger out. So yeah, bring on the future.
All right, and you are currently hosting with Dennis Espinoza the Come Get This Work Mobcast. What time is that and what day?
See, I'm probably the wrong person to even say that, because by virtue of me being in London, the time it is for me is not the time it is for anyone else. No one English is ever on when I'm on.
Okay.
So, I believe it's 10 p.m., but I don't know where in the country Dennis even is as to know what time zone that would be for US citizens. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Whenever he comes on, I'm awake, because it's just, I don't sleep, so.
Okay, yeah, because he might be on my time zone. I'm on Eastern zone, but I think it's 9 p.m. Coach, if you're still in there, let everybody know. But yeah, so we'll figure that out though, man. But everybody's gonna watch though. But BJ, man, your final thoughts, man.
Man, I'm gonna have to piggyback on what Stamina said, man. We get ready to learn a lot. You know what I'm saying? We get ready to learn a lot about these girls, what they can do, who's the true contenders, you know, and I'm just excited to see what happens, man. I think Valentina is ready for any and all challenge. Like, I don't dislike Valentina. Coach said he thinks I dislike her. I don't dislike Valentina Shevchenko. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, I want to see, you know, 7, 8, 9 title defenses, man, and then I'm in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in, and that's like, you know, for me, that's just what I need to see, man. I just need to see her clear out the division like everyone says she's going to do. And if she does that, then I have to give her props. You know, she's the best.
All right, sounds good. And where can everybody follow you at, BJ?
You can follow me at No Filter MMA right here on YouTube, guys. A lot of collaborations. Also, I am one of the article writers for Bloody Canvas. So check out Bloody Canvas on YouTube and bloodycanvas.net.
All right, sounds good. And yeah, my final thoughts real quick, man. I just feel like, yeah, the flyweight division, I like what's going on. Like, everything below the champion, you know, I feel like everybody's having some type of drama, some type of shakeup. I like the transition, the new blood coming in. You know, you have Victoria Leonardo from the Contender Series come in, Miranda Mavericks coming in. Antonina just got her win to stay in the top 15. So you got a lot of interesting fights happening. So I'm just ready to see a spark in somebody to say, I don't want to be just a fighter, I want to be champion. For real. But yeah, man, thanks BJ, Stamina, and Robert for coming through. Hopefully we can do this again. You know, y'all come through, I'll come through on y'all channel, whatever, man. Yeah, I'll try to come in on that mobcast tonight, man. But appreciate it, y'all.
Appreciate your time and the opportunity, sir.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
It, man. Shout out to Robert Henry and Stamina MC for sure.
No doubt. And I'll do my best to keep it PG-13 in the future. I didn't realize that we couldn't do that here. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I just wanted to mess with him. I felt like it was a low blow. I was playing the referee, but it's all good. But it's all good. All right, y'all.
Peace out.
All right, man. Peace. But all right, y'all. We about to get up out of here. Like always, just subscribe here. And yeah, man, I'll be back with another one. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.